Metaverse. Masters of the Metaverse. They travel through time and space and stuff. Troll them, re-roll them, throw them above. They fly through dimensions, this isn't a bluff. Heroes compelled, they have no choice. Bound by the winds of a secret voice. Masters of the Metaverse. Masters of the Metaverse. Masters of the Metaverse. Masters of the Metaverse.
You're awesome.
Hey everybody, it is Monday evening here on Hyper RPG, the hyperactive, interactive, community-driven Twitch channel that we do with you because you guys are awesome. Hey chat, it is Masters of the Metaverse. It is 6 p.m. on Monday night, 6 p.m. Pacific, and we are so excited to be here with you. We took last week off for Labor Day here in the States, and honestly, felt weird. It was nice, but it was kind of weird not being here with you.
It was bad.
So we are, I know, as a group, very excited to be back.
I really enjoyed it.
And yes, I just had to bring the shades from Hawk because it entertains me. That's really what it comes down to.
I thought you were going to bust into Don't Let the Sun Go Down.
No. So we have some new faces to introduce to you today, and we will do that in just a second. But first, I want to go through a couple of announcements and such. We have some changes that are coming up very soon. I don't think they're live tonight, but with some minor changes to the store that I know have happened, some changes to the overlays that are coming. We're even going to do some changes to the intro, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But to let you know about what is going on, as you know, if you are not already a subscriber to Hyper RPG, that is okay. But if you're able to help out and do so, please know that you're encouraged to do so. Because honestly, that is the backbone of what helps keep the channel going. And it is so much fun to come and create with you. And actually, I'm a subscriber. I don't know if, well, Sarah and I are. So we're helping out too. Yeah, see, you know, I don't want to say all the cool kids are doing it because
we're not cool.
There's so many ways it could go. You know, but if you're able to, thank you so much for that. And I think right now is, yes, September, which means it is half off all new subs on any tier for the month of September. So
do it.
Not sub before and you sub this month, you can do it at half off.
It's a pun.
There is all sorts of, yes, puns are...
People like puns.
Yeah.
So that is something really cool coming up. Coming up next after the show is the Custom Transformers Hero Clicks Part 2 on Indomitable.
Woo!
I honestly love Indomitable. I love that the show will not die. I just love how much support it has received and that every time people think, oh, it's going to go away. Nope, it's back.
That's awesome.
It is. It's a fun show. It is fun. I really enjoy how it's pulled that off. Apparently tomorrow, that would be Tuesday at 8:30 p.m., Chris, not me, other Chris, the LA version, the version who experiences sunlight, is back on the heralded GM seat on Buffy. That's kind of funny, actually.
Why then are you wearing sunglasses?
I wear my sunglasses at night because I hate the sun with a passion. It's an evil day star. I'm really excited for fall to come back to Washington. I miss my rain.
I miss rain too.
Yeah, it's been... anywho.
I like the sun.
A new character is joining Valiant Vanquish this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Stella Chu. So please get hyped to show her lots of love. Peter Sudarso and his crew brave the gauntlet Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. Death from Above Legacy continues on Friday. Holy cow, if you missed it last Friday, that was intense. But we have another great show coming up at Friday at 6 p.m. Featuring some wonderful people from Zombie Orpheus Entertainment, kind of like the fun folks who are here right now. And you can continue to watch the aces as they fend off against the clans, which I have discovered I really don't like.
I don't like clans either.
I had no... Sean, I'm so glad to have you here. That was well done, sir. And the season finale of Pencils and Parsecs. Season finale of Pencils and Parsecs is going to be this Friday at 9 p.m. right after DFA. So things are ramping up. You don't want to miss that. That is all the hyper news to let you know about. And so now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the show, which I'm hoping you already know about. Masters of the Metaverse. This is this really fun sci-fi show we do where the players are portraying pilots, metapilots, who find themselves inserted through technobabble into avatars and other realities. They're able to still derive and draw from the skills and abilities of both their pilot and their avatar ability. You, as chat, as a computerized hyperreality amplifier and transformer, you get to control how in tune they are with both their pilot and their avatar ability. You can buff them, you control them, you can make us sing and dance. In fact, if you look in the store, I have changed the dancing one to where we do have to sing now. And our performance will determine whether people get buffs or penalties on the ensuing round. Because that's kind of love we got for you, chat.
Luckily, the song that determines that is the song that Chris wrote himself.
Yes.
As if he has an unfair advantage in some way.
Absolutely. No, there's no... what can I say? I might be a member of Jade Falcon when it comes to this show.
There you go.
Yeah.
I approve.
There you go. Well played. Well played, Maggie. Well played. Well played, Ferguson Wagstaff.
It's okay. He gave us all lyrics.
AKA the hyphen. I did. I gave him the lyrics.
He was very sweet about it. So it's our
There
fault.
are some changes to the store, and most of them we'll touch on as we go through the show, but I want to jump into the show soon. So the only one I'm going to specifically point out to you is that, because that was stuff I got to point out. I want to point out to you we have a new thing in the store called hashtag Total Recall. And Total Recall is something we actually wanted to work into the show from the beginning, but it was complicated to try and pull that off before we had made the show start. Because the mechanic basically states that one of the players is able to use that buff to tap into the abilities of any other prior avatar that they have occupied. Which means that they can really start getting creative with it. And note that I said that they have occupied, which does mean that technically, because of meta meltdowns and such, many of these pilots have actually been in charge of more than one avatar in a prior world. I can see Matt Vancel salivating right over there.
That's
I
just
really enjoy that idea too.
Chris,
to be fair, that's my default setting.
do those stack?
What do you mean by stacking?
Well, like if there's 2 total recalls and I want to do like a Princess Ricci with a Professor Gatling combo, does that stack? Because I'm so creative and smart and perfect?
Or could we all be Professor Gatling if we just want to mow down anything in front of us and then be horrified at our
Or
adventure?
we just want to mock Christian for like an entire 15 minutes or so?
None of that.
I knew you'd go there. You're so supportive.
I am.
He
But
gives
I'm
you
just
so
wondering-
much grief and you're still so supportive.
But do they stack?
Sure, what the hell? Why not? I like it.
What the hell?
It's just going to
So basically, if we break it too much today, then you'll say for next week, no.
Yeah, let's do this. I want to be able to see now. I can't see anything.
Oh,
with
come
these.
on. Put them back on.
So we could be like
No, I
Hex
wanna gaze on you.
Destiny in
I
swarm
wanna-
form.
Yeah, you could be
so
swarm
long,
form
Sean.
Hex Destiny.
So that is one of the big store changes I want to tell you about. We have some fun new stuff who are here, new people who are here tonight. And why don't we take a quick moment, if you would please introduce yourself, and to make it easy, Sean, since you are new, we'll actually start down with Vanessa, because you've done this before. If you would please introduce yourself and your pilot identity.
Hi, my name is Vanessa Postel, and I just literally ate a peanut right before.
I saw
Sorry. I am Aquamarine, and it says Celebutante Yogini, but I believe she's evolved beyond that, and she's finding herself.
Yeah.
But she's a cat burglar, really.
Yes. Cat
Let's
burglar
find out.
/ Yogini.
There's lots to explore.
/ cult leader.
Former Sapphire
That's
has
true.
since taken that on. I think Aquamarine's kind of like, what do I do now?
I do think it's
something
we
really
need to
cool.
explore that for her. I'd like to see where she goes and how her character develops from that.
Yeah, agreed.
My name is Scott Thompson, and, well, my name is Ben Dobbins, but I'm playing Scott Thompson. He is a professor of science, all the science, and your pseudoscience has no place here, young lady.
Oh,
All right. Bring it.
Is pseudoscience covered by all the science
Scott.
I did not say I was a grammarian.
Hi, I'm Matt Vancel. I'm playing Nick Krieger, who is not a grammarian. Nick was a pilot who died and then became sort of a ghost in the machine as his consciousness lived on, thinking it was a Gestalt entity glued together from pieces of all the different avatars that he'd been a part of, only to discover his body wasn't actually dead. So we went back to that with a bunch of other pieces and gaps in his memory. So, it's autobiographical.
I'm Maggie Ferguson Wagstaff, and I'm playing Rosie Harbin, the Rootin' Tootin' Rodeo Wrangler. Yeah.
Yeah.
To you.
Me, I am Sean Franklin, and I am playing Stone, John Stone.
John Stone.
Former SWAT, current badass.
Ooh.
Swatting what, you ask? I'd swat all kinds of things. and some inside information. So I've never done this before. So for you who are joining us for the first time, so am I. So we'll be in this together.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dogpile the noob.
It is very happy and exciting to have you.
I will swat all of you.
It's just a little footnote. I should have gotten rid of all of my crinkly stuff before the show started. I apologize to everyone's ears. But I just had to point it out because I think it's kind of neat that there are actually 4 members of the original Dead Gentleman Improv from 2002 sitting at the tables right now. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
15 years ago,
I'm
we
so
were
glad
doing
they
this in front of
expanded.
a live audience.
I know.
Yes, they were. Yeah.
Then we decided to bring in funny people.
Yeah.
May I ask
Yes.
a suggestion? This is just to help me feel like I'm special.
Yes.
You're
If
special.
anybody in the chat can name things that I've been in that have been either Zoe or Dead Gentleman Productions, can we give them some kind of pat on the back?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I like giving out affirmations.
Yeah.
So if
Sounds
you're
great.
a long-time DG/Zoe aficionado, you might know me from some other things.
might.
And if you don't, that's fine. Nobody else does.
I was just saying, I was tempted to give you a bonus if you could remember if you were in it. Was-
Take a while.
But if they don't, can't they just sign up for our Patreon for $5 and
since you
watch our
mentioned that,
entire
we should
video
talk about
library?
that. Yeah, so mentioning Dead Gentlemen, it's a good thing. So if you didn't see it, chat, one of the things we do before every show is that we have the pre-show options where people are able to help us buff the characters, give them some special abilities. And since I had so many other things that I talked about tonight, I don't want to belabor the point too much. But tonight we had several really fun pre-show buffs that just to let everyone know what has happened in that regard. Let's see. I had a piece of paper here. Did I give you guys all my stores?
What?
Maybe?
No.
Might have. No, here we go. Aquamarine.
Huh?
You, through Lady Vale, have access to Dressed for Success. You gain a 1-point bonus versus targets wearing natural fibers.
Fantastic.
Through Ricci, your boosted ability is Time Shift. For every $750 raised in the store, you gain an extra action that you can use yourself or give to a teammate. No
Ooh, I like
roll
that.
needed to activate.
Very cool.
John, from Wendell. You get high tech. You auto succeed on all skill checks related to computers.
Auto succeed. Oh,
And
nice.
from Harcadian, your boosted ability is that for every you get set up a perimeter, which is for every $750 raised in the store, you can grant every teammate the use of a single auto success on a defensive check.
Nice.
No need to roll it to activate it. Roosevelt, Nick and Roosevelt, your basic ability is Moose Drop.
Indeed it is.
Yeah. If you wrap your next action's description, that's love for you right there, chat. If you wrap your next action's description, the party will gain a 1-point bonus to rolls for that round.
Can't let it go, can you, Chad?
No, they love it so much. And then Nick also through Dwarmathrax, your boosted ability, just the Thrax, ma'am. For every 700 Dwarmathrax from the Demon Hunters world, the RPG that we all loved a few weeks back,
Yeah.
which you also get some access to through the Zombie Orpheus website. All connected. For every $750 raised in the store, Nick, you will gain 1 use of a self-only short-range teleport. No roll necessary.
That's nice.
Rosie, Jill of all trades, you gain a 3-point bonus to all skill checks not listed on either of your character sheets.
Excellent.
Which, given how many avatars we have today, will be some accounting for you, but I know you've got this, Mags.
It says on my character sheet.
Yes, on either.
Yeah.
So your avatar or your...
That's fine. I got this.
And then New Moon, your
Yes.
boosted ability from Zelenia, the Space Princess. For every $750 raised during the show, you will gain 1 use of invisibility that lasts for an entire encounter or until you attack.
That's cool.
No need to
Excellent.
roll to use it. And then
Moon.
Ben, since you have done almost all of your work behind the camera, your avatar abilities, Scott / your avatar of Ben. And your first one is behind the scenes. If Scott assists a teammate with their action, you will gain a 5-point bonus, though you will receive 0 credit for your efforts.
So basically, Monday.
That's a production joke
Yes,
right there. And then your boosted ability, fixed it in post. For every $750 raised during the show, Scott can remove any negative effect or condition or result, etc., hampering a teammate.
I love it.
No roll needed. So you can just say, hey, you're dead, you're not anymore. Hey, you're grappled, you're not anymore. Hey, you're on fire, you're not anymore.
Now, do I take a health penalty whenever I activate that?
You immediately contract shingles.
It's funny.
That is
because
true.
it's true.
That's some behind the scenes stuff. Right there.
That is some
go.
heavily behind the scenes
Think a lot.
stuff.
So, okay, so much fun stuff, chat. Thank you for your help already on that. There are some new store buffs, but the daily stuff, we'll touch on it as we go through. Most of it, a lot of it stayed the same, but there are some changes. You guys, additionally, for Zombie Orpheus Patreon backers, you have acquired some bonuses from the wonderful folks who are backing Patreon.
All right.
They get to vote every week on buffs for the party.
You want to write this down?
And so this is going to be a special one-time bonus to a single roll that you can use after you know the results of your roll.
Okay.
So, let me do the math here. That means it's times 6. Aquamarine, you have a use of a +6 bonus that you can drop at some point.
Dang.
That's a great number.
John,
Yeah.
you have a +2, but my hunch is after today, people will like you more.
Don't count on it.
Well, they'll know him. They'll like him. Everyone will
If I'm back.
Nick, you have a +5.
Hell yeah.
Rosie, you have a +3.
Okay.
Scott, you have a +5. And I have a +2. That's what that is.
I thought he was going to say 20 for a second.
Oh, I had to do my fancy math. It's
Fancy math.
and then you also have some basically some think of it as like an overshield in a video game, some additional armor. So if you get hit, you can ignore X amount of points. So
Once or every time?
Every time.
once. Just
What was
one.
every time?
No, it's one hit.
Oh, so you've been cheating for 4 months.
I have not been cheating. I don't get hit very often.
It's all good. It's a one-time thing.
It's true.
So for just for those who are new,
Yes.
why would you need points? You're
Because I
running
control all the
this
bad guys.
thing. Ah,
Yeah.
So I can designate that one of my bad guys gets to be a little bit stronger.
yeah. I knew that, but there are some new people joining us.
I was really
That
helpful
was
of
a
you.
very
Thank
helpful
you.
question.
Yeah.
I appreciate your loving compassion for folks who are new.
Yeah, I'm new. I didn't understand. Thank you.
Aquamarine, you get a single 10 points of overshield that you can use. John, you get a single 10 points of overshield that you can use. Nick, you get a single 30 points of overshield.
Oh man, I piss a lot of
Rosie,
people
you
off.
get a single 30 points. Scott, you get a single 10 points, and I get a single 20 points.
And
And now I'm done opening wrappers.
They may have
Next week. I forgot that these little fruit snacks were in the area.
It may have been
I'm
asked,
addicted
and
to
I didn't understand the answer.
Yeah.
But the 10 points, that's all in one attack?
Yeah.
Yes.
So then it'll go away.
Now, Chris, if I go into the Patreon back end
Yes.
and I hack the poll to give myself more points over the next 5 minutes, will that still apply for this episode, or do we have to wait until next episode?
It would be next episode, and I'm also going to input the words phrasing into the chat right now. Since you're going to hack the back end and insert the poll or whatever it was.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There you
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that.
Yep. So, Chad, it's good to be back.
Science.
Let's make some funny stuff happen.
Woo!
Let us make a show together. So, some
it.
time has passed since we last saw the Metapilots. We open in the mansion in which the group of Metapilots who we had traveled with for season 1 are hanging out. You can all go ahead and put yourselves fully in the pilot section on your avatars. P for pilot,
All the way
since
to
that
the
is where you
right.
are right now. This mansion, for those of you who are new to it, it's gorgeous. It's very clean, well put together. Not a lot of clutter. It's very
And cameras
simple.
are everywhere.
And there are cameras everywhere.
Watching our every move.
And you have frequently been in contact with leaders of the group known as the Founders, the ones who set you up in this special safe house, as they have been working with you and helping you in your training and such. A couple of members of your party, some of your regulars, specifically right now, Jenica and Crash and Jebediah have been called off on other missions, and so they are away. But in their absence, Rosie,
That didn't take long.
We are the
tactical espionage,
Teddy!
destruction, and diversion initiative.
Hi, Teddy.
Fresh meat. He does not know what he joined, does he? Someone should tell him about Chad and Brad. We should bring him. Opening tip for a hashtag hack attack for us to figure out later.
Thank you, chat.
Oh, thank you so much. I wish you well.
We'll get into intro text in just a second.
Hashtag Metapoint on private company.
Thank
Yes,
you.
we will let him back when you release that single with Christian. Then we can have peace in our time. Hashtag bubblegum parachute flex to PayPal, so let the donations begin. Hashtag waffle stack.
I want to believe you, chat, that you would let it go. I really do.
So they said that they'll let it go when Christian and you record your single.
Record.
Bubblegum Parachute
They
Flex
said that night
It's
of
not
next week
our
they would
single,
do it. So
Megs.
That's true.
It's
Christian.
just for
It's just for
you,
you,
single.
single.
Let me just tell you, Christian may or may not have lyrics.
I'm excited to hear it.
So for those of us who are new, then what just happened is
Okay.
that Chat
That's
did
right.
a thing, and then we listened to a robot.
Yes, you're right. So we will explain that once or twice because we are trying to be more friendly to new folk. Thank you for reminding me. So many things easy to take for granted. So the way this show works is Chad is able to contribute to the story and to modify things as we go. Every time that happens, you're going to hear that nifty robot voice and that little blinky, 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 except in the other order. And it will be explaining to us through the use of clever hashtags and clever trolling exactly what they have purchased and how that is going to impact our lives here on the show. I'm going to wait until things are actually used before I explain any of them,
Really?
because it does not do any good to explain them beforehand. But
I
thank
was
you for the
confused.
reminder.
That was for me.
No, it's cool. That's what's going on. So you find yourself
him.
in the mansion, and the three of you do, Rosie and Nick and Aquamarine. And the day before today, otherwise known as yesterday, this direction for you and chat, a pair of new faces were dropped off at the mansion.
Were they attached to bodies?
Yeah,
They were
Same.
attached to bodies.
Okay.
That's a valid question. It's crazy that shit of the metaverse.
It's gone! It's happening again!
This is very true. I like that you said again.
It implies that it happened at a time in the past.
called
Maybe
comedy.
yesterday. Yeah.
Chat.
Or
That's
the other way for didn't chat.
Do we need the comedy professor to come out and explain that?
the reason that's funny.
See, the reason that's funny.
But yes, so these two strangers showed up
With faces.
with faces,
Which
and
were new.
limbs
Attached.
and things and such. Two folks known as. I love that I gave them generic names and I can't remember. John Stone, John Stone, and Scott Thompson.
You know nothing, John Stone. Beat you. Ha!
Who
Gotta
you
be
were-
quick, Ving.
No,
who
I
you were
know.
introduced to as relatively new metapilots who have been brought to the mansion to be guided through by you guys as you are more experienced, to be guided and led by you all into your next destination, which will be happening sometime later today. It's morning time, and the group of you is seated around the breakfast table, each of you consuming your preferred breakfast nutrition.
Push-ups.
You're eating a
Like
bowl of
strawberry
push-ups.
Hell yeah.
Strawberry push-ups? Is there a prize in the box
Yeah.
of push-ups?
Domination.
Are these the actual push-up pops that you... Or are you literally doing push-ups in front of them? Okay. I like this guy.
There's a bowl right here, and I'm
Yeah.
like, one. You gotta earn it. You can't just start eating. You gotta earn it.
You're going to wind up with a negative calorie count if you keep doing that.
He must be really comfortable with us to be able to do your routine in front of us.
Swat.
Just meeting you.
See, it's funny because it implies that the faces thing floating in the air happened before.
Ah, yes. Professor of Comedy.
Since this is Metaverse, can I get meta for a second?
Probably should.
Can I meta for a moment?
Please.
My name, John Stone.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier that there are members from the original Dead Gentleman Improv here. John Stone, Keith. Anyway, please continue.
I honestly don't know the reference. I'm sorry.
I'm
Sorry.
He's speaking in code so that we can break you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It will happen. The chat has already done
Somebody
a
in
poll.
chat will shame you for.
Chat runs a poll on how many times I will break during the show. So,
Yeah, enjoy those fruit snacks.
they're keeping me sane right now. I'm not here. You're all sitting around a dining room
Yeah.
table, a breakfast nook.
Where our
Eating
dude is
our
doing push-ups
preferred
into his bowl of push-ups.
Which is his favorite
I make
breakfast.
I will not shame his workout routine.
I'm not shaming, I'm just pointing out the...
SWAT.
Swat.
Hi. Hey. Oh, what was that, Rosie?
I was just going to say that I assume my breakfast is fantastic because Aquamarine used her little powers to, get people to bring us better things.
Oh, yes. I'm sure we're
Is that
eating.
still happening?
I don't actually remember what my favorite breakfast is because I've been without a body for the last... Anyway, so I'm sampling stuff to see what I like.
What do you...
I'm completely lost, and I'm gonna make up for it by mansplaining everything to you.
Oh, gosh, Scott. It's going to be a long breakfast.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
Would you like...
You actually can't fail your seduction check if you did want to use that, given where you are right now.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, you were able to procure better quality nutrition for the group.
Good. I'm glad. We really need that for our health.
Premium push-ups.
see, what happened is you used your abilities that you have cultivated through a lifetime of interacting with
I'm
people
going to
in
stand up
social
and accidentally
settings.
trip and spill all of my food on him.
Oh. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Well, I wanted to stand up.
We should puppy introduce you to the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man, watching Titanic. Thinking of Ninja Emily, bunnies, speaking poetry and titillating the muffle. Masses, you're welcome. #Hackadack.
Thank you, chat.
Did they
There's
fix
a
it?
filter in chat now. Some of those still didn't go through.
But Muffin used to not go through, I thought. Well
I'm
done.
not sure how we did it.
Well done. Muffin goes through now.
Yeah, there are certain things that
if it's
the
brand.
chat filter censors.
through.
Sean.
That was a
So
reference.
If it's
to
a
the-
dirty word, it gets filtered to rainbows,
like
unicorns, and
titillated
butterflies.
So Muffin Man is a euphemism for something.
No, muffin, the first part of it.
Muff.
And any word that has chunks like
Yes,
that.
thank you, Maggie.
A new bump hash cheat code dash. I always remember the Doom ones I need KFA.
Thank you. I think.
Thank you.
I'm scared.
Thank you, chat.
Cheat code.
Cheat code. Cheat code's good. Cheat code's good for us.
Yeah, it is.
All
Yes.
right. Awesome.
Sweet. Thank you.
So you're dumping your
So,
breakfast on.
while he mansplains Aquamarine, I'm going to stand up and accidentally trip and spill my entire breakfast on him.
What is your breakfast?
Rosie.
Were you a woman spilling on him?
I was woman spilling on him.
That's
Sexist.
okay.
My breakfast was pancake
no.
waffles. My breakfast was waffles.
Waffles, isn't
With
that?
lots
Can you
of
make a
butter.
decision as to what your breakfast was?
I
Stop
did.
waffling about your breakfast.
I'm not waffling about my breakfast.
But it is going on to Scott here. Sorry, Dr. Scott. Professor Scott?
Dr. Scott.
Dr. Professor?
Are you talking to me,
They did say your name.
Professor?
Yes, you've been covered in Scott. You've been covered in waffles and syrup and such. As Rosie was getting up from the table, she
Is that was an
semi-apologized, I believe.
Oh, no.
Never mind.
accent. She didn't. Oh no, Scott. Here's a sorry. Are you okay?
Thanks, girl.
Would you like me to make you some more eggs?
I'd like you to call the med team. I'm gluten intolerant.
Man up,
And
Scott.
I'm gonna hive up in just a moment here. It's gonna be puffy and disgusting. Which is funny because the
Doing it. I'm just gonna make you some scrambled eggs.
Why am I playing a jerk?
So we're down 20% of the team at breakfast.
Oh no, don't worry. All these little cameras that are watching us probably saw and heard that, so there'll be a med team right in any
Do you have an
second.
EpiPen on you, Scott?
Can we swap some stuff now?
There's a full med kit in the hallway.
Oh, I'll go get an EpiPen. It's gluten intolerance EpiPen.
Which
On skin
apparently is
contact.
that's tactile.
You gonna jam it into his thigh.
Yeah. I
You're
jammed
fu-
it into his thigh.
Whoa!
You better?
Scott, you receive a jolt of what is it? 0.5 milligram of epinephrine. I forget the exact dosage.
This is so exciting. I can feel all the energy now. Guys, can we go out and do this thing? I was worried before, and I was trying to compensate for my worry by really being obnoxious in order to cover up for my own insecurities. But I feel so good right now, and I'd love to get into a Metapod and go have an adventure. Can we have an adventure, please? All right, yeah.
Oh,
Put a chokehold on Scott.
I'm gonna make you some scrambled eggs
Give me the
real
roll.
quick.
All right.
Scrambled eggs.
He likes them.
That's a 15. I miss.
Okay.
Just need some
Yeah,
protein.
Nick, you were really, I mean, people annoying the hell out of you, and you wanted to do it. Unfortunately, you are still getting used to the idea of having physical form in all realities.
Right.
And so as you went, reaching for him, you cramped up a little bit in your arm, and so you decided, not worth it. Might do it later on. 0.3 milligrams. Thank you.
So
I forgot the
spilling the
exact
waffles
dosage.
on him helped because his allergic reaction and EpiPen thereafter was jolting to his logic system.
And these are the best recruits that the founders could find. Bowl of push-ups and
It's a
gluten
deceptively
intolerance.
unattractive
I know all about
career
Russia.
path for people, apparently.
Okay.
I don't know. I think push-ups will come in handy. You know, he seems to
If
know.
we get to swat something soon.
Yeah, he knows some tactic stuff.
What's your name?
Apparently, it's push-ups now.
I was gonna say.
John Stone.
I like push-ups.
Your name is push-ups now.
Is that okay with you?
It's a good thing you didn't start with crunches
I thought he said his
I
name
can
was
do
John.
or squats.
John
I can
Stone.
do squat.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying if you had lead, never mind.
Why are we
Squats?
calling him push-ups?
Because that's
Shut
what
up.
he's doing.
Well, I'm done with my breakfast. So.
It's so irrational.
Anybody want to go run?
Oh, honey, we're not allowed to leave.
What are those ones called where you like jump down to the ground? And
Stairs.
Oh, there's a
do the push-up
track
and-
Plank?
in this mansion, I'm sure.
Oh, maybe.
Burpees?
Burpees.
We got stairs.
Only you
We got
started
plenty
with
of
burpees.
stairs. We can just run up and down these stairs.
Burpees sounds like a delicious frozen beverage. It's
so-
not.
There's a full gym here.
Go
I
do that,
imagine.
Scott.
Yeah, well,
So
I'll
following
call you Rex.
breakfast, Scott heads off
Hey,
to the
Scott, I
gym
bet
for
you
a
can't
moment to
climb
work
walls
out
using
some of
the
the
lever.
epinephrine that has been coursing through his body. Being the brittle scholastic type that he is, he manages about 2.5 minutes on the treadmill, and then decides to take a break, sits down in the corner, and starts reading a book.
I'm a badass.
Bad.
Well, we have the two extremes.
That's okay.
Can we trade them in for a couple near the
But
center?
no, but C will make a really awesome, buddy cop duo. So
It's true.
badass and dweeb.
Guess. Oh.
Oh, does that make me the buddy?
What, push-ups and EpiPen?
And
I'd
you the
watch
cop.
that.
coming this fall, push-ups and EpiPen.
I feel
One's
like
a
I just became
badass
the
mofo,
sidekick.
capable of taking on the world.
to-
The
There you
other
go.
one probably just died of anaphylaxis.
So, anyways,
Push-ups and
after-
EpiPen.
I know Aquamarine and Rosie and Nick too.
Yes.
And the rest.
As you guys are having this conversation and this is all going on, the screen above the breakfast nook lights up, and you see the happy familiar logo of the founders, and then it fades into just a silhouette. You've gotten used to this by now. Those of you who've been here for a while, you've heard computerized voices at times.
Hashtag MetaPoint brought to you by Cobbler's Crystals. Cobbler's Crystals is proud to be the newest member of Sapphire Industries.
Wow, that was a multi-level one.
acquisition.
Well
That was
played.
good. That
Well
was
played.
good.
Wow.
Bring him
Cobbler's
in.
crystals.
That's a good reminder for total recall ability later. Totally
yeah.
mess with you.
Hey, you do your thing. I support all of the breaking, unless it's of me. Haha. So the screen kicks up. And you see the logo, and then it fades into. Actually, they have a theme song that plays for the founders. It's a little bit orchestral, and then it bleeds into this silhouette of a guy
We
standing
are the
there.
founders, my friend.
Yes, but with less copyrighted.
Does
infringement.
anyone have the remote?
Oh, I do.
Would you turn it down?
Yeah. Mute. I
And,
mute the theme song.
silhouette and the voice, what do I want to say, the computerized kind of censored voice starts speaking to you. And I'll do it for a moment, then I'll probably drop it and lose it, because that's what always happens. Good morning, metapilots.
Good morning.
We are now proud to present the newest frozen dessert, Burpees, now with extra CO2. Product of Aquamarine Industries. Here's still relevant, damn it.
Nice job.
Oh, that was so nice.
Don't call it a comeback.
Cry. That's so. Yeah.
Awesome. Once you've finished your breakfast, meet us. Head to the Metapod room for insertion.
Hey, phrasing.
Into the metapods.
Oh, okay.
Wait, today?
When will they take our complaints seriously about changing the wording of that? Every time.
We're going in the Metapods today?
Oh, yes,
I think you're
Scott?
still in the exercise room, or did you come back?
I must
Reading a
have come
book.
back.
Okay,
I finished the book in like 10 minutes.
that's fair.
No big deal.
It's a small book.
You're about to say
No.
20. So then I got
Fast
20.
reader.
Did you
reader.
take the time to towel off the sweat and syrup?
No.
So you're going into a metapod, but never mind.
Does it matter?
It's cool.
No, you'll be fine.
Does
He can just strip down like Crash does.
Personal hygiene's not on his character sheet. So.
That's true.
If you want to go in naked, just go in naked.
I don't want to go in today.
Well, we're going in right now.
No, we're training, right?
No.
Simulations?
No.
We're going in today. I did not sign up to go in today.
Ooh, too bad. They don't care about any of your thoughts or feelings, as we have found.
Good thing you ate all your eggs. Right? You ate them all?
Protein.
Did you eat them all?
Well, you all can have fun. I will stay out here,
No.
take a nice shower, read a book. Maybe I'll have...
Okay.
I will lift him over my head and carry him to the Metapod room.
I like it, Rosie. I won't even make your roll. You succeed.
You don't get to just not go in.
So you all head off into the pod room.
Love it.
And
Get
the
it.
familiar, and you've seen them in simulators. Like you're familiar with the concept of them. The metapods are glistening in front of you. They are just so shiny and sparkly and high-techy beautifully. And each one of you walks over to one of them, and they start, the hatches open up and such. And you are able to climb inside.
I'm not climbing inside.
Get inside.
Oh no, I shove him in and lock the
She
door.
shoves you in and hits a button, and it just.
I think I might strip you though first. I'm gonna make you go in
consent will
naked, so I'm
not
gonna
be an
strip
issue
you
for this.
first.
I hold it closed.
And then I shove him in, so he's naked.
I like
Can I make an electronics roll to get in touch with one of the operators?
Maybe. What do you want to do? Let's have a roll.
Yeah, 8.
Yeah. So what did you want to do?
Go mute the rest of the team. Say, hey, this is Nick. I'll give you $500 if you go dig some ants up from the yard and put them on Scott while he's in the pod.
Nick.
He is drenched in syrup, so.
That's good. That's a good one.
Syrup.
There's a pause at the end of the at the end of the line. And,
Come on, man. Easy 500.
Yeah. I'll do
Awesome.
that. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Get video of this. Multiple angles.
Oh, I was going to do that for me anyway. Sure.
Sweet.
So you
That was good.
yeah, so you're all in the pods, and they start, sequence goes down, they start closing down, and all the systems go off. And for the two of you, you aren't quite as familiar with it, but you experience your ears start to ring a little bit at first, kind of a tinnitus kind of situation. It's not like a headache, but it is kind of pressure. And slowly but surely, the sense of space and time starts to come flying towards you. And after a moment of this going on and on and on and on and on, you find yourselves flashed out of your current existence. And as your eyes start to begin to see, because there's always this kind of momentary disorientation when you land in a new place. You look around you and you see rows upon rows of people seated, facing in one direction. And you can hear voices speaking, but it's almost like you're underwater for a second.
Or in Charlie Brown's classroom.
Brown special.
Yeah.
And you look over to the other side and you see, you're all adults, you are familiar with the world. You see a judge sitting behind they're behind the bench. And standing in front of you on the ground is a smartly dressed woman, appears to be in her early mid-30s or so, and she is talking to you and looking very deliberately at each and every one of you.
Oh, so
as
we're
she
the jury.
speaks. Yes, you are. As you
I mean,
look
if she's
around.
looking, as
your eyes start to adjust.
There's a judge and we're getting spoken to, and we're in a group.
You look back and forth, and you realize that there are 12 of you lined up, such and such.
Is everyone a metapilot?
And you're able to sense that. No,
How many of them are metapilots?
5 of them are.
So the entire team is on the jury.
Yep. And as your ears start to clear up enough, right then you hear the voice of this woman who's been speaking to you, and she says, or excuse me, that wasn't that. First there was a man who was speaking, and then he kind of nods at you and goes and sit down. And right about then this woman stands up, the one I was describing, and she starts to speak, and she says, "Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my client's fate, her very life is in your hands.
Shit.
The prosecution has attempted to paint a picture of a young woman bent on murder.
Sweet.
But the proof that they have offered you is filled with holes. None of their purported evidence conflicts with Miss Borden's testimony that the incident at Kentucky Fried Lamb, while regrettable, was a complete and total accident. We join with the entire community in mourning the deceased. But their deaths, while tragic, are not by themselves sufficient evidence to find her guilty on these ridiculous charges. The prosecution's repeated and sensational references to a mint sauce massacre is shameful. If anything, it was an accidental mint sauce mishap, albeit a lethal one. Don't let the prosecution offer up Miss Borden as a sacrificial lamb for this horrible accident.
A sacrificial
There is
Kentucky Fried
no
Lamb.
villain here.
KFL.
Only victims. Thank you.
I immediately look down to see if I am a man or a woman.
Same Z's.
Each one of you, do any of you have D12s in front of you?
We all have D12s in front of us.
If we both have D12s in front of us, then we're clearly a woman.
I just surreptitiously reach down into my pants to see if
If I was sitting where Ben is, I would give you a high five. So just the distance one that's coming your way. Ready? There you go.
D being the
Each one of you, please roll a
Nine.
D12.
Okay. Just one?
Just one.
Okay.
And then I would like to hear your numbers. We'll start with Aquamarine and go this direction.
6.
What number did you roll, Ben?
8.
9.
12.
11.
Okay, they're all different. Please go to whichever avatar on your sheet
Oh my
has that
God.
number. And that is who you find yourself in right now.
Guys, this is crazy. Yes!
I'm a 22-year-old girl.
I'm a 28-year-old girl. Woman.
Woman girl.
I'm a video store clerk.
Are we
And
all
right
sa-
about then.
Question, are we all saying this after the closing statements?
No, this is going on in your head.
Okay.
Yes.
And remember, we don't have any bombshell abilities here right now. We don't have Jenica.
We
so
had
you
no-
are not
no
able to
communication.
communicate with each other other than just through talkie
Ooh,
word
you
writing.
know what? No, that's actually not true. I'm going to use that total recall.
That will give it to you for a round.
Damn it. That's
But good idea.
I
It's a
tried.
great idea. As soon as I said it and your face lit up, I'm like, oh, it's beautiful. I know where she's going to go. And it's a smart idea, but it will only work the one round.
Okay, well, we'll save
Can
it.
I use computer's intrusion to link the comm systems in the pods?
You could if you were still back in the other room.
Oh, right.
Next time.
We're in the dream state.
Next time.
You could take a shot at it, but it would still be hard. Like
Yeah.
it has not been something they've been able to figure out easily. They've been able to figure out how to communicate with each of you in the pods. Pod-to-pod conversation has been difficult, primarily for plot reasons.
Yeah.
Question,
Yeah.
the great OD. On this chat, you should see this epic list of 12 characters, but they all have, there's a little heart next to all of them.
Yeah, so-
and then sometimes it says like mother, husband, friend. Is that like our deepest loved one?
So
That's our
there-
leverage point.
So
Yeah.
there could be a reason later on.
How about some meta music chairs? Here's a start of a hashtag Tortitos in.
Yeah.
Dirty Dozen. Thank you very much, chat.
It was a
Dirty
dirty dozen.
Dirty Dozen.
Dirty
Dirty
Dozen.
Dozen.
That heart right there is to indicate, and it could become useful. Oh, you can go put yourself midway, I'm sorry, on each
Oh,
of the
midway.
sliders. You could find yourself in a situation eventually where there could be someone who you care deeply about, who you want to check on, or could be in need, or something like that.
Okay.
And so that is the name and the relationship to that person.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for asking. It's a great question.
Because I wasn't sure if friend meant like, hey, they're a friend, or just like actual.
Friend means friend, but there is, I believe, at least one same-sex relationship on there.
Me.
There you go. So you.
I'll play you the song I wrote for her later.
I look forward to it. It'll be
No
beautiful.
problem.
So
I'm a
yes, so
musician.
you find yourselves on this jury, looking around, realizing what's going on, and the defense has just given her closing remarks. The judge looks over at you. The bailiff instructs you to stand, and the judge says, "Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you've heard the positions offered by both the prosecution as well as the defense. You are adjourned to your deliberations. Please notify Bailiff Warfield if you require anything during this time."
Martian warfare.
RPG Book Club is innocent in clubbing non-members with books. Honest. Ish. Hash cheat code.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you
Thank
for catching
you.
that.
Cheat
Sean.
code, that's
Thank
two
you for
cheat codes.
Thank you for the buff chat. Yeah, 100% named it. Well, actually, it's Francis Warfield, but yes, that's the namesake.
Well, I assume we all exit and leave with the jury, correct?
Yeah, the defense
sure.
attorney is Christine Post.
Ah.
Night court references. So.
Cut the bull.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well played.
Yeah.
No, it was easy. Can we move it on?
You, of all people, wanting to move the plot forward. Yes, you guys all get up and you file out of the room, and there's a little bit of kind of grumbling and conversation happening as you wander off towards the jury room. The bailiff is a very competent looking African American woman in her mid-30s or so, and she kind of looks at you all and shuts the door and steps outside. And just so I can keep track for my own sake right now, can you please give me the number of your person? And John, we'll start with you. Mr. Johnstone.
The number of my person?
Number of your person, please.
11.
11.
Yes.
12.
12.
Right now I'm speaking in the first person, but I'm 9.
9. You all rolled really high.
8.
6.
Oh. Thank you very much. And as soon as you all come in, one lady who is there appears to be in her...
Triple play crisp. Well done. Well done indeed. Hopefully Scott isn't allergic to lamb. He can always have the chicken if he is.
Thank you very much, chat.
Sweet.
And so a lady also about in her mid-30s or so, she sits down, actually first goes over and pours herself some coffee from a little coffee urn that's over on the side, and sits down and looks around and says, well, I guess we should start talking about this.
I agree. We should cover all of the details that happened, just to make sure that we all know what happened.
Yeah, step back. Did they give us any information as to what our purpose here was?
Did the founders give us any?
You're asking about the founders? No, they never know when they send you in. It's always just to go and see what happens.
Go and see what happens.
Yep.
They never know?
No, they're always never quite sure even where you're going to land.
Sometimes there's a mission, but
Yeah,
typically it's kind of a more astounding exploratory thing. They call it the weekly MacGuffin.
Emphasis on the weekly.
Let's go over the evidence.
yeah, let's go over the evidence.
Let's go over it.
So,
So as soon as you say that this one guy who looks to be about pushing 50 or so, he gets a little bit gruff at you, and he's like, "We have been over this
Yeah.
for weeks.
Your attitude is not enjoyed right now.
Why? What do you mean you want to go over it all again? We should just vote. We know she did it."
Do we though?
There's holes.
well,
And there's some grumbling from a couple other people who are looking around.
I, Christina Hart, 22-year-old flight attendant, says, well, yes, Mr. Grufflumpagus, I respect your wisdom, and I wonder, what do you think specifically about this case? Because you have wisdom that I don't have yet as a 22-year-old flight attendant.
Hey.
So what do you think is probably the most important point of this case?
Look who can do more than push-ups.
Push-ups.
They found the expired mint sauce at her home. That led directly to the food poisoning that led to those people dying.
But sir, I would like to ask you, and let's be real here. Who doesn't have a sauce drawer at home full of sauces from fast food places?
I already don't care. I'm going to the bathroom.
But let's be real. We've all got the sauce drawer or bag bowl. I mean, come on. I know half of mine are outdated.
So remember that movie with the diner that came out on VHS late 80s? It was a big rental item for 5 years because
I wasn't born yet.
Well, I wasn't either.
You say that out loud? Because that's going to make a couple people very confused.
No, it's not.
No,
Seeing as how you're 23.
No, when you just said you weren't born yet, and he said what he said,
Basically, as a video store clerk, I would like to draw my exhaustive knowledge of movies in order to completely obfuscate the
that's
point.
fine. Every one of you, give me a mind check.
I see what Maggie, the character. Maggie knows what you were just referencing.
Give me a
Rosie
mind
does
check
not.
with a 4-point bonus.
We have 3 meta points.
Aquamarine Industries
So,
is proud
we
to
subtract
announce
4?
we are rebranding themselves to Aquamarine. Collective Material Enterprises.
Ask me.
Purveyor of handcrafted goods of only organically treated products. We guarantee 20% less asbestos than Sapphire Industries. Hashtag Metapod.
Oh man.
Well played.
Better quality stuff.
Well played.
By 20%.
20% less asbestos.
less asbestos.
Hey.
All right,
guarantee
so
it.
we have to do a mind.
Yeah, give me a mind check and give yourself a 4-point penalty.
Oh,
so
wow.
what that means is do your roll and then subtract 4 for not penalty bonus. So do your
Okay,
roll
we're
and then
at 12s
subtract
right
4
now.
from your total. So just roll 2d12.
Already did.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I made my mind. 6.
Awesome.
So subtract 4.
Mouth.
8.
Did you make your check?
Oh, you made it too.
Oh, I sure did.
I tied my mind.
Perfect.
I made it
You
really
were all
well.
familiar enough with fashion styles and similar things from the past that you quickly realized, just as you said those words, that we're somewhere in the 80s.
Okay.
Excellent. Then I-
Hey guys, we're somewhere in the 80s.
My fashionable suit.
Not somewhere in Hades, the 80s.
Oh. I'm
That was metaphorical.
not going to pretend I'm not
Get those
disappointed.
glasses back.
Sorry,
out.
anyway, back to your super awesome, not boring story about working in a video rental place.
It's
we
awesome.
go.
That's where everyone gets their movies.
Nice sheets.
Never go into directing.
Oh yeah, so
But
That's
I
a
think
great idea.
I agree with Christina here that I think you should tell us more about this expired sauce. I mean, like as I said, everyone has expired sauce.
yeah, I'm Hector Delgado here, 47-year-old aerospace machinist.
Your name is Hector Delgado?
Sure is.
Do you catch that reference? Do you know who that is? No, you don't know who that is. You don't know what I was doing.
What
But
is
it
it?
makes me think of something else.
That's what broke you?
Well, anyway, I have a drawer full of sauce.
I'm sure Hector does have a drawer full
What is the connection
of sauce.
of Hector Delgado?
I have a drawer full of sauce.
I have a drawer full of sauce.
I
Is your
feel
drawer
left
like my
out.
drawer?
Not
Probably
having
the same
been-
As
drawer.
you're having this conversation and such, let's see, you had 12, 11.
I think we've exhausted the conversation.
My suit.
As you've been having this
That's not
conversation,
funny because-
one of the people,
It's just dumb.
where is she? This one lady who seems to be. I'm going to write you on this sheet instead. I'm learning here too how this works. She looks to be probably in her early 20s at the most. She starts flipping through a sheet of notebook or a sheet of notes that she's been taking and such, and she starts repeating to you and listing off to you guys, very helpfully actually, some of the evidence that you've seen and such as this has been going on. She mentions how the cans of expired mint sauce that were used in the food were found to contain a highly toxic strain of E. coli. There was grainy surveillance footage from the back alley of the restaurant that did depict the defendant coming in after hours with very large, heavy bags and leaving later on. There was witness testimony from some co-workers. They got mixed reviews, and a couple of the cooks mentioned that she oftentimes liked to ask questions about food prep that went beyond her role as a server. And she told at least one of them that it was for schoolwork, but she told someone else it was because she wants to be a cook someday. Most of the regulars at the restaurant, though, say she's great. Her roommate thinks she's really creepy. She started getting heavily into goth paraphernalia and culture junior year. Her boyfriend does admit that he's had some indigestion since they started dating, but he's always blamed it on stress.
God, this is boring.
And her college advisor
Sorry.
She's guilty.
thinks that she's a very fantastic and talented student.
Sociopath.
I have a question. And look, I'm just a musician, so like I don't.
What's your name and age?
My name is Mary Braden. I'm 23 years old,
Hi, Mary.
and I'm a busker,
Oh, what now?
a musician busker.
Oh, you're unemployed.
Ding.
If you ever
What's the
want
difference
to
between a busker and a bard?
busk at my video
The
store,
era.
I will totally busk your video store. But
do
that
that.
point aside, I like don't have the science for this. But if E. coli was in the sauce, wouldn't it have arrived with it in it? Like she would. I mean,
Well,
did all the sauce have it?
That's
just-
exactly what the defense has been saying, that that it was an accident, that the cans were tainted and they were used.
But
it was
that's
happened in
tainted before it
processing.
comes here.
I'd like to make a biochemistry roll
Absolutely.
to see how likely that is. I failed it by 6.
I'll do a bioscience genetics roll
Okay.
and succeed.
How much did you succeed by?
3.
By 3. I mean, it's possible. It's possible it could have happened during manufacture of the cans. There are no other cans from that lot that have been found to be tainted. But it is theoretically possible that, you know, the only 3 cans that happen to have that strain of very rare and toxic E. coli might have found their way to this restaurant. They are part of the same lot number.
So doubt exists.
So, Games Master Odie, just a point of clarification for those who are just joining us. So, since we do have these sliders in the middle, we
Yes.
are able to equally access
Both
traits
si-
of
both
our
sides.
normal
And you have to
character as
roll
well as the avatar.
2d12 for anything you want to roll on.
Yeah.
I'm using I'm using 2 meta points.
Cool.
And I would like to pull out my tarot deck and do tarot to see if the witness is guilty. Or if the accused is guilty.
Sounds good to me.
Now, just for those who are joining us, she moved over
Yes.
2 meta points, meaning that she has extra ability to access
By moving all the
I can
way
only
over
access
to
the avatar.
extreme, and thank you for reminding me. By moving all the way over to extreme avatar, she is now unable to tap into her pilot abilities, but she now is rolling d8s instead of d12s on her avatar checks.
And I beat my tarot roll by 1.
Awesome.
I got a 6.
So you start dipping, you know, going through and putting down all of these tarot cards.
Yeah.
And
What did the cards tell me? Is she guilty or not guilty?
odds guilty, evens says innocent. Tarot says she's guilty, and since we know that they cannot lie,
Well, then she's guilty. I'm ready to vote.
I'm just gonna use a meta point and go more towards
Okay.
my player, just FYI. More towards Aquamarine over here.
1 meta point left. While this is going on, you've been noticing some slight. One of the people in the group.
Etiquette.
I need to make an adjustment here. One of the people in the group, actually, kind of a 50-something-year-old guy, seems to be a little rough, big scraggly beard going on, and by his dress, you might think he was actually a fisherman. And he keeps looking outside as this is going on. He says, "You know,
With this hook and this boat, I'll land your shark.
he says,
Is he actually Quint?
he says, you know,
Something got up.
the eclipse is supposed to be coming up soon. I know we're having this conversation. I know this young woman's life is in our hands, but if we could just take a moment to look outside later, or even go up on the roof. I mean, I've been wanting to catch this for years.
What year did Mitsubishi make the Eclipse?
I heard from the breakfast club at the restaurant that the defendant is always pretty. Hopefully, we don't have to go back to the future in order to do the right thing.
Wow.
Hashtag total recall.
There was a huge,
nice chat.
a huge
no.
amount of puns in
There
that.
were
Yeah, but do the right things in the 90s, so.
yes.
I'm also just super digging this music that Mark picked.
I know, I can't stop
Like-
rocking out.
It's really good, Mark.
Let's go surf through a video game.
Okay.
Let's do it. Rainbow Red.
Mark actually trolled me when I was telling him about this, because I mentioned the 80s and such, and he said, so I should get a bunch of disco music done by Nickelback.
Be social.
I'm like, you went and skipped both decades, like you
Well, the 80s created this black hole of
Straddle 'em.
cultural suck
that's what it
that
was.
was pulling in decades surrounding it. Actually, the science is fairly fascinating, Professor, if you would.
Professor, if you explain the science. No, but seriously, the fisherman though, he's getting really anxious about wanting to see the eclipse. He said that it's coming up soon. We should go up on the roof and check it out. We should see if the bailiff will let us do that. I mean, don't you guys want to see this? It's a lifetime
Could
opportunity.
we clarify, does this fisherman have a fish hook or a plot hook?
Yeah, why
He has
does
a plot hook.
Okay.
Oh, in that
But
case,
he
we
has
should
both
follow the
hands.
fisherman.
Clearly.
what is he? Why do we think he's a fisherman? It's because of how he's dressed.
He smells like fish.
He's got a big burly fisherman's beard, and he's wearing a that naval kind of coat. True story. I lived in a fishing village for 2.5 years, and
There's a beard.
this guy looks like a stereotypical
Looks like an El
fisherman.
Wacko?
He's yes.
Does he have any fisherman's
He looks like he's
tools
walked off
on
of a
him?
Gordon's, ad, and
Does he have?
I mean, he's here for the, for the
He's wearing
duration
a
of the
yellow
trial.
slicker.
I'm just curious how
No,
saturated
but he does
fisherman
have a
he
very
is.
nice wool sweater that he's wearing.
One question about the eclipse. Brandy. Is she a fine girl?
She's a fine girl.
I hear she makes a good wife.
She would be.
Good wife, yeah.
She would be.
So we're all voting guilty and then going to watch the eclipse, yeah?
And there's some grumbling as soon as you say that. I mean, the woman who seems to be the foreman, she says, we have to take this seriously. We can't.
I did my tarot for it.
And as soon as you say that, a couple other people are like, oh, tarot, abomination, da 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 da.
What? Well, yeah. What?
They say it more vehemently than I did.
More whatly?
Vehemently.
Vehemently.
I'm afraid to say the word now.
Vehemently?
Vehemently.
Was that vehemently, but with minty in there
Yes,
as well?
it was. I spell well. My pronunciation
Vehemently.
sucks. I was effectively an only child in a sense.
Well,
so
I'm
I
gonna
didn't
go
get to
take
talk
a
to people
smoke
much.
break.
Huh?
I'm gonna go take a smoke break.
You can ask the bailiff. The restroom was in the room, so he could actually
This is the
leave.
80s. You could smoke here.
Oh, I
That's
can
actually
smoke
true.
here.
Oh my God, we all
I'm
pull out a
gonna
cigarette,
light
I'm
up.
sure.
All right.
What a crazy world the 80s was.
It's true, actually. You could. I forgot about that.
So, question.
Yeah.
Are there any pieces of evidence that have been displayed, exhibits that we have access to?
You're always able to request the evidence, but they don't leave it in the jury room with you. You have the notes that you have taken, and you do notice, each one of you, that you do have, you each have a notepad that has some of the notes similar to what that other person had read to you.
Mine is song lyrics.
Some of the notes are less useful than others.
What are my notes about? Hector Delgado's. What are Hector Delgado's notes about?
He seems to be sketching some sort of aerospace something or other.
Oh, he's not even here mentally.
No,
Oh, I thought
every
you
once
said
in a while he'll
Aerosmith
say,
for a second.
there's one note where he says, probably did it, and then goes back into his stuff.
Probably did it.
Oh, in that case, I read my own notepad.
There you go. Thank you. Nick, Doris. So she.
I'm
is-
Linda Hurlsley,
Linda, that's right. I changed her name.
28-year-old nurse.
Yes,
Hi.
I'm sorry. I changed her name after I sent that out.
You're so old.
Oh, hi, Linda.
Linda, her notes indicate that she's seriously doubting that this woman actually did it. She thinks that while there is a lot of circumstantial evidence, she's not seeing anything to indicate that that it was her, that it was a deliberate action. And I'm trying to think, with Nick's background, give me another mind check, Nick, with a, you're a smart guy, with a 3-point bonus.
Okay, but
do
I'm
your
doing
roll
this
and
at
subtract
12s.
3.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I beat it by 7.
Wow. Good job.
1 and a 2.
You are intuitive enough looking at this woman's notes that you're pretty sure she is a, she's got medical training and background.
Well, yeah, I can read the sheet here.
But now Nick is aware.
The scrubs.
As well. Matt knew. Nick was not as aware,
Okay.
but now you know.
So, quick question.
So her notes scream medical background. I
Okay.
guess you knew a little bit of that.
#Hack Attack. A friend asked my opinion of having her wedding attend this winter. I thought it a bit odd and cold. She also asked my opinion on the DJ she picked. He does a lot of disco. I told her I'm looking forward to the winter of her disco tent.
Welcome back, Uber.
Was that Uber?
Welcome back, Uber.
Oh.
I'm so happy.
That was good. That was really good.
Hang on. That one left us residue.
Can we cyber punch people?
Oh.
Wow. Man.
It's cool.
I
All
think
right.
Uber Baldy is my spirit animal.
Can we punch somebody with cyber junk?
Wait, Aquamarine's poisons? Oh. No, you go ahead.
Yeah, you can make some checks on that. Sure, go ahead. Aquamarine's got that background. You can start extrapolating from what you see.
Point of clarification for
Yeah.
those who are just joining us. So once you move one side to the other, how long do you stay there before you can move back
So
to
you
the
move
center?
back.
So you
Or
take
until
another
something
meta
throws
point.
you
Use a
elsewhere.
meta point, or there are some other effects that happen.
Yep.
But we can't move unless we use stuff that chat has
You can
given
use
us.
buffs, and that store will tell you
there's
what one can do
one.
it.
Triple play also allows you to move wherever you want, and we do have a triple play.
Yeah.
So you could use a meta point or a triple play if you want to move.
So,
Welcome, Mr. Dobbins and recap. Finishing off the first dirty dozen, number 12. Use it well, Chris.
Thank you, chat.
Dirty dozen! That means we all have to switch.
When it drops, yes.
Oh my gosh.
I'm loving your ponytail, by the way.
Thanks. I thought it was appropriate.
It's perfect.
Side pony, side pony.
Hey, I beat my
Side
poisons roll by 6.
Aquamarine, as you're looking through the evidence that's in your notes, and maybe you even are
'Cause I
able to
am more
consult
Aquamarine.
with some of the other, some of your other pilots,
now.
because they'd share notes with you.
lose smaller ones.
Getting towards that #Hack Attack. Are you sweating yet?
Yes,
Thank you, chat.
I am sweating.
The as the what do I want to say? The Is that your way of saying I'm sure?
I'm
No, we're
sweating.
sweating.
Okay.
Because the
And
hack
I'm
attack
sure.
is coming.
The Aquamarine's assessment of the notes that she's looking through, it's totally possible that this woman did it.
Did it?
Yeah. I mean,
It's possible.
you can't prove it, but there's a lot of evidence lining up that looks a little off.
What?
Oh,
No, you ask. I'll wait. You go. Let's share.
You sure?
so I'd like to go full player.
Okay.
Player.
That
pilot.
means a meta point and... Oh, no, use the triple
Is it
play.
one or do you want to save that or use it?
No, use the triple play so you can go 2.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We have
How
two
many
triple
plays do we have? I mean,
One. But just use it.
Use
All
it.
right,
Use
fine.
it.
All right, cool.
Triple play.
Bang, pow.
The sound effects are necessary.
All right, I want to roll against John Stone's police science.
I
I
like
want to
it.
look at all the evidence,
Do that.
I love
and
it.
exhibits that they gave us and everything.
I like it. Go for it.
Does he get a bonus if he does push-ups
you've
while
asked
rolling?
Bailiff Warfield off and on, and she can bring in some pieces for you as well, like a couple things that you can look back
Okay.
over as a group.
Cool. So I asked the bailiff if I can relook at the exhibits
Yeah.
that we've been given.
The fisherman is continuing to be really anxious about catching this eclipse, and you can, if you do look outside, you see the crowds are starting to gather and they're pointing up at the sky.
I'm going to calm him down with some essential oils.
And I would actually like to
Oh, right.
use a remaining meta point
Okay, out of meta points.
to move more toward my player
Pilot.
and look out the window and use all of my knowledge of science, all the science,
All the science.
to, without burning or destroying my eyes, just assess scientifically what's going on here.
Okay. So have that roll. Go ahead and give me that roll as well.
So that's a 9. So I beat it by what? 5? So
Nice.
4.
4. 4.
By 4?
By 4.
Yeah, as you're looking through all this evidence here, I mean, what you can tell is that it seems like the police did their homework. All of the checks were checked off, all of the T's were crossed, the I's were dotted. Their investigation definitely was thorough, and you're not seeing anything that indicates any kind of malfeasance.
Yeah.
Is that one right? Okay. Or any attempt for, you're not seeing anything that looks like she's been railroaded or anything like that. But again, you see just enough of a crack of doubt that no one has actually seen her. She's been found with the cans, and it's weird that they were at her house. They shouldn't have been there. She has not given an explanation that really makes people say, yeah, that makes sense why you would take home these expired cans from work that were empty. You following me?
She said she was in school. Like, what's she in school for?
It's an excellent question. Thank you for saying that.
No problem. It's going to fill out my song when I write about this whole
She
experience.
is a biology major doing extensive work in the university lab.
Oh.
And according to her library records, she has checked out numerous books on food toxicity, which is apparently her senior thesis.
Oh, bitch is guilty.
Well, medically, we can't prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Mr. Scientist Man,
Yes.
did you beat your roll?
Oh, do I get to roll now?
Yeah.
Let's see. So that moves me to a D10.
Yes.
Which I
Two of
didn't-
them.
Two D10s. Rolling 2 D10s against by physical science. You need to be a
Sure.
16.
Physical science. So I succeeded.
Great. By how many?
2.
Oh yeah, you see people. They're getting hyped up about the eclipse and such.
Oh, that's really useful. I'm very observant.
Hey, you asked. So
I just got a text from my wife to stop feeding the baby so many blueberries. You can guess why.
we had to have with beats once.
Turning into a Smurf.
Yeah, it's actually tragic. I got to roll her to the juicing room.
Pro tip, by the way: yellow beets taste the same, but you won't have the traumatic experience when you open the diaper.
Yellow beets taste the same as blueberries.
Yes.
Anyway,
But you don't poop ink.
Is the fisherman guy doing anything weird, or is he
He's just gone
anxious
off.
by the
He's gone
window?
over to ask the bailiff about going out to see the eclipse, and she said that you guys, given the nature of the case and what the judge wants you sequestered in this room until you guys have a verdict,
Let's
or at
vote.
least something that is, actionable.
Well, who has doubts?
So a couple people in the group do. There are right now. You guys are hung. You've got.
Yeah, we are. Wait,
How are each one of you voting currently?
Hector Delgado.
Hector's hungry. I think the rest of us are women,
How
aren't
are each of
we?
you voting so far?
Guilty.
Not guilty.
Wait,
Guilty.
are all the people gathering for the eclipse? Do they have eclipse
Yes, they
glasses?
do.
Okay, not guilty.
They're awesome, like retro
1980s.
green, 80s
Yeah.
pink. I mean, they are stylish.
Right, that means not guilty.
That's your criteria?
Yeah.
So 4 of them.
Time. Hashtag triple play cause why not?
Yes.
Thank you, chat.
Thank you.
Thank
That
you.
will get used, I promise. So I'm just go down the road this way. So
Oh, well, because
guilty, not guilty.
not.
Guilty.
Nope.
Nope.
Guilty.
Okay, so the 5 of you are split 2 to 3, which is hilarious because you guys have been involved with the case for all of 15 minutes or so.
The tarot doesn't lie.
rest of the room also is split, and there's some serious arguments that start breaking out about this. People are starting to get loud and angry.
Okay.
There's I'm not going to ask Mark to do loud, angry sound effects, but there's, oh my God, how can you be so stupid? And people are going back and forth. And while all this is going on, Carl, the fisherman, heads over to the window and is continuing to look out, trying to see if he can get a view of the eclipse.
So if it's her thesis, can't we get that copy of what she's written so far and read it and see if it has anything to do with?
The bailiff can bring you a copy.
Great. Does it have anything to do with Ebola or E. coli or
I'm going to
whatever
skip
that
forward
thing
for
was?
just a second now. So Carl continues to look outside while this is all going on. And people are getting very passionate in this room, and there's, like I said, a lot of arguing about
Awesome.
pounding on the table, and people just,
There is.
what is wrong with you? And yes, they're getting it on and pounding on the table.
You said it was getting passionate.
No.
They're passionate.
Pounding on the table.
Pounding, yes.
I'm just ignoring the room and looking out the window. Eclipse is way more interesting
And
than a court case.
and Carl, you're there as well.
Oh, yeah.
You also notice, as Carl does, that the sky is outside is starting to get dark. And whatnot, and you can hear a lot of murmuring from outside. The other people in the room, those of you who are still around the table, you're not hearing the murmuring as much because the window is shut, and you're not really paying. No, the window's open. I'm sorry, and you're more focused on the argument in the room. But you and Carl, looking out the window, you can see that the people outside are getting a little agitated as well. As such.
Can I see the shadows that are being cast on the ground?
Yes, and you're starting to
Are
see
the-
that the
are-
sun
the
is
shadow- the
the sun is the shadow is starting to create a dark space and such, and
That's what shadows do.
exactly with
Yeah.
an eclipse is that starting to
But
happen.
is it a classic eclipse shadow?
It is a very classic eclipse shadow.
Scott.
Definitely a nice cylindrical, crossing in front of the sun and such.
Scott, is this a naturally
then-
occurring eclipse? Is this
Cylindrical?
supposed to be
Like a
eclipse?
can of
Round.
soup?
I meant
This is what I'm trying to
round.
figure
A
out.
can of soup shadow is
They
passing
appear to be
over the
prepared.
sun.
So we.
But
Circular.
I
That's the word I
cannot.
wanted.
I don't
Yeah.
have memory of an
Circumentally.
eclipse from the 80s in America.
Yeah, are we knowledgeable about the eclipse that's about to come? Are we like, this is this thing we've been looking forward to?
Oh yeah, yeah. Like
Oh, yeah.
everyone has been. It's been the newspapers and all
Okay.
that sort of stuff.
It's a thing.
And remember that all of your realities are just enough to be like our world, but just enough to not be.
Okay.
Okay,
I mean,
so,
you did meet King Teddy for a moment, so.
So I think we need to focus on this
So,
fisherman dude, right?
Yeah.
I love you
Okay, I'm
all. We're going to move forward with
trying
the
to
plot for a moment.
Do it.
It's not quite a rail, but it's at least pushing the damn plot forward a foot.
It's fair.
So-
We had an injury during breakfast.
I know, we did. We lost injury time to that.
Not my fault.
And what you see instead is, so the argument is going on at the table, and Carl and, I forget your avatar's name right now, Kevin are looking out the window, and the sky, the thing is getting dark and such, and as you were looking outside, each one of you starts feeling a little bit, you feel this while you're looking outside, the rest of you as well. All of you in the room start feeling a little bit kind of nauseated.
I take out a joint.
Okay.
In the jury room?
Yeah, but it helps with nausea.
You start feeling a little bit of nausea, and you start, your ear starts kind of feeling a little bit, not quite tinnitus, but something's wrong. You're kind of feeling a little bit dizzy or such.
Is this like the going into the Metapod?
The sky is the eclipse is continuing to happen. Mm-hmm. And the crowd outside is getting really loud, and people are pointing up at the sky and such.
Could I do a biochem check on myself, please?
And then the building across the street starts shaking
Cutscene.
That's unusual.
and rattling, and the building that you are in starts shaking a little bit as well. But the building right across from you, completely and utterly explodes.
Good timing.
Hack attack.
Thank you, chat.
So the building
And
just...
needless to say, the people on the street scream and start running.
Well, clearly she's guilty.
And right about then, as you are looking outside, you see a series of circular, saucer-shaped
Are you
vehicles
kidding me?
flying across the sky, hovering above buildings, and pointing little blaster ray sorts of things at various buildings and such. The people are running everywhere, and buildings are starting to shake and explode, and chaos is running supreme.
I'm gonna strip naked and go outside and offer myself to the alien overlord.
Okay.
You're all Avatar right. Oh, that's why you're all Avatar right now. That's actually very in character. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I want to roll against my interrogation skill. I want to talk to the fisherman guy and ask him who he is or what he's doing here.
Well, he is now screaming because he just watched a building explode, and so is everyone else.
They seem to be
Like he just backed up from the window, like "What the hell?" Da, 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 da. And everyone else starts going, very concerned. The bailiff throws open the window or throws open the door and says, It's aliens!" And she runs away, screaming, "It's
believe it's
aliens down the street."
What floor are we on?
You are on the 3rd floor.
I'm gonna hang out the window, naked.
Being more Aquamarine, I'm really aware of the people.
And if each one of you could please roll a d12.
Rolling a d12. All of us are?
Initiative.
Once or twice?
One single d12.
Oh, one
please.
d12?
Yep.
Oh, is this initiative?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Frisk, where's the beef? You managed to avoid the Noid, but now you bring aliens. It's cats and dogs living together in
necessary.
Thank you, chat.
Oh my gosh. This hack attack has to be so close. It's building. I'm so scared.
I rolled a 1.
So a 1.
And I add my ACV.
No, just 1d12.
Oh,
All I want
4.
is 1d12. 4.
10.
2.
Oh, we're changing bodies.
7.
7. Cool. Go whatever number you just
God.
rolled. Take a look at the sheets now of
shit.
the 12 avatars.
I'm Michael Stone.
Bartender.
Oh, you're the new number, whatever you 7.
Aquamarine is Samantha Malone.
Bartender.
Samantha Malone.
Second one here.
This hack attack brought to you by the All News Broadcasting Network. Coming up at the 10 p.m. news, part 3 of our 9-part series on copyright. Infringement battle between Sapphire and Aquamarine corporate headquarters. Read to you by Orson Welles.
Orson Welles. Or the world reference. Well played, chat.
Cool.
Well played. Well played
It's
indeed.
well played.
What number were you?
I'm the fisherman.
I need numbers. 4. I will
Carl.
eventually know who they all are, but I don't
going
yet.
on?
Asshole trucker.
Trucker.
Number 10.
Thank you.
Jerry Reed.
You know who that is?
Yeah.
No.
He's the actor who played the truck driver in
The
Smokey the
cannibal.
Bandit.
I don't care.
I do, so that's your problem.
Is that a movie?
I'm Michael Stone, who's apparently in love with his assistant. He is a stockbroker.
Oh,
Is he
yes,
related
yes,
to
yes,
John
thank
Stone?
you.
I don't know, but now I'm a dude.
Are these all
I
characters
was
from
just
80s movies and television?
Maya Burson. Now I got a question there, GM.
Yes.
So since we all were shifted against our, design and will, would we not all automatically have reverted back to the middle without having to use
No.
any? No.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah.
That was a good effort, though.
nice try.
I like to use against our will.
Nice try, yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's Samantha.
I
Yeah.
have a crucially important question.
Uh-huh.
Now that I'm the fisherman,
Yes.
do I actually know anything about what was going on, or was I
No, you're
curious
just as
about the
scared as
Eclipse?
everybody.
Okay, great. Thanks.
All of your new avatars, whatever ability or degree that you are aware of what they're feeling, they are all terrified right now, as are the people outside, as are the rest of the people in the courtroom. And everyone seems to be running for themselves right now.
A trucker wouldn't eat a beef stick.
I should just say for those watching, so my character, Maya Burst, is a 20-year-old, 1-hour photo operator and scout leader.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Free, for lack of another word, is good. But hashtag MetaPoint is better.
Yes. Yes. Metapoint. Love Metapoint.
Oh.
Thank you, chat.
Pointed us some menace.
Metapoints.
I'm taking one of those Metapoints.
Okay.
Sames.
Okay.
Just one.
Yeah, just one for me, too.
Cool.
Aquamarine and Samantha Malone are very similar.
Yes, there we go.
Michael Stone is going to get a slight boner while watching the young musician take all her clothes off.
What you looking at, Michael?
A lot of stuff.
We're scared right now.
Okay.
Sorry, I
okay.
didn't respond to someone. What was that?
Michael Stone gets a half boner while watching the other woman take off all of her
Oh,
clothes.
gotcha. That makes sense.
We'll do with the hashtag attack.
Thank you, Chad.
Okay, so folks, realize we are heroes, and there's an attack going on. We should probably do something.
Hey, you all have enough concept, from your pilot alone to recognize that wherever you are, this is probably a bad thing.
Right. Well, I was all Avatar before.
So
Maybe we should get out of the building.
Yeah, this is different. We're not necessarily
I'm terrified as well. Hashtag MetaPoint.
Thank
Thank you, Chat.
Army mateys, so we got to get out of this building before the aliens come after us because you understand, we'll be like the fish that they're trying to pull out of the with their nets, the alien nets. So
Where is your fisherman from?
What bastard stepchild of an accent is
Carl
that?
has actually been around.
He's a
in
German
many,
pirate, obviously.
He has fished in many seas, and along the way he's
Thank you,
picked up
Ben.
so many bits and pieces of language.
in short, what I be saying is run!
Now he's a Rasta. What I be saying, man? That we got to go get the aliens, man. Arr! Arr, der Lieben.
Follow the reggae pirate! Run!
So what are you guys
Michael
gonna do?
Stone is the first. I'm the first MFer out that door.
Okay, so you all start running out of the room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's chaos in the room. You see that judges are running, juries are running.
Everyone grab
everybody's
a
running.
juror, bring them with you.
I'm full on Aquamarine, and I imagine I know that John Stone is also.
Yeah, you were always
We're
aware which one of you. You always know which one of you is in which other avatar.
Yeah, so as Aquamarine, I'm trying to pay attention to us, not knowing what we're doing here yet. We've always been superheroes, and
Yes.
now we're.
And the five of you seem to be the most. Relatively speaking, though, you're still the least freaked out of anyone in the situation. So the other jurors are kind of looking to you guys right now as, and Aqua in particular, you're the jury foreman, Samantha. That was ungodly convenient. They've kind of gotten used to looking to you as a leader over the last, several weeks of this trial, and so many of them are kind of like, "What? We got to get out of here. Where should we go?"
Calm down.
Keep us together so
Okay.
we can hop into other bodies when these ones get killed.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm still in John Stone SWAT mode.
Yes.
So I'm going to be able to easily ascertain what is the safest place for us to go right now.
Perfect.
Given that buildings are exploding, and it seems to be somewhat random, and that's still happening outside, not being in a building, or at least not being above ground, is probably a great idea.
Is there a basement in this building? Bomb shelter or something?
There is
This
a
is a government
basement.
building,
There is
so
also across the street. Or excuse me, not across the street. Well, yeah, it's across the street because the way the system works. There is actually this wonderfully well thought out subway station that opens right near the courtroom. It's a model of civic planning.
Well, there's
How-
something to push. Let's go.
How high in the air?
There's also a basement, and there are other places as well. And I'm sorry, I'm interrupting, but I will let you come right back in. Just totally up front from a GM standpoint, I have a crap ton of buildings or options or locations that you could go to, but I am literally going to work with where you guys decide to go in this city. This city will be as big and fleshed out as you want it to be. Haha, phrasing. I'm basically going to use Seattle as the kind of real world model for it, since we all know it in this room, or know of it. But there is no, here's your destination blinking arrow.
If it's in Seattle
So
in the
the
80s,
question about that specifically?
Well,
Yeah.
Oh,
Why is Maggie always trying to get top of Spaniard? Hashtag not a complaint. Also hashtag total recall and the rest of the hashtag.
Yeah.
well played, Void Smoker.
thank you, Void Smoker. It's because that picture you drew of me topless with Teddy was like it's my phone background. Like that's how much I
Probably the
really
one person
beautiful.
who could have made that tip without it being creepy.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, I got.
So you're a fan of your own stalker?
He's not a
No,
stalker.
it's really talented artist.
No.
Like, we got to show you.
Drawing naked pictures of you.
No, it was
because of
Annie
the show.
Oakley. It was Annie Oakley on
From the
Bryson
show. There
and
was
Taft
context.
with King Teddy Roosevelt.
I apologize.
As the jury foreman and the person that people are looking to,
Yes.
and applying my
Yes.
city knowledge, both Samantha and Aquamarine,
Yes.
do I have insight as to what building would be the most like out of? Because clearly something weird is happening. I don't want people to see us, and yet I want shelter as well.
Some of these buildings probably have old bomb shelters from the 50s and 60s.
Oh, that's where we need to go.
Courthouse might actually. Seems like a solid bet
Courthouse
of one
is
that might. There's also, in this world, Seattle has a subway already, and it's awesome. It's impeccable.
Yeah.
And then there are other buildings and options outside as well.
More questions.
You can go, and then I'll go.
You sure?
And coupled with that, so being SWAT guy, I probably know where places are that are safe, number one, and might lead to other places.
You know
So
where
there's a
places that are
sub.
safe in the world that you are from. That is your pilot's reality.
Okay.
But he could intuit where they might
You could.
be.
You've got a good shot
I
at
have-
intuiting along the way.
I have an area knowledge of this specific area.
Yes.
All right.
If your avatar has specific area knowledge, that will be very useful for knowing the area. Rosie, you had a question as well.
I do. How close to the ground are these saucers, and have they deployed their little landing footies?
You have seen no landing footies thus far. You have just seen vibrating, going boomy boom buildings and people
Do
running
they
and screaming.
Are they just like smooth saucers, or like are there?
I don't think you've looked outside yet.
Oh, Michael Stone has looked outside.
Okay, sure.
Michael Stone, he had to get rid of his boner, so he had to look outside at the aliens. Logic.
That I'll allow it. And yeah, they seem. I mean, they're kind of your generic '50s flying saucers, but there seems to be something almost organic about them.
Organic.
But like, are there like? I guess are there pieces at which a rope could surround? What? Perhaps lasso.
Wait.
Well,
Rosie,
Rosie's gonna
no,
try
no,
and
no,
lasso
no.
a flying saucer.
Bully!
Michael's
Job
a douche, so
one.
if he dies, it's okay with me.
Job one is making sure we don't die. So I would like to propose that she and I, she with her knowledge of the place, I with my SWAT team training, we ushered them down to the safest place to get them all safe.
Hashtag cool rule because aliens.
Yes.
Also, Maggie is not always topless, and sometimes she is the mother of Harvey's.
Yay!
Yes, a beautiful shirt, by the way.
Thank you. It's got Void Smoker's art, and it was made by
does.
Pencil.
Harvey the 6
It's awesome.
Harvey is
Harvey
a
is my
900-pound
900-pound.
invisible rabbit
Yes.
that has a bad attitude and likes to protect one of her prior avatars.
Is he invisible?
He
Yeah,
is
he's invisible, but,
So it's like
Hex
Harvey,
could see
but-
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
But at one point, he turned into a dragon, a bunny dragon.
Of course.
While they would like to take everyone to safety,
Yes.
Michael Stone and Rosie both have this like inner,
Action hero.
action hero, and so I'm going to use the triple play.
Okay.
And I'm going to move here,
go
and
on the
I'm
roof?
going to go outside, and I'm going to lasso one of the spaceships.
You can make an attempt. You'll need to go to the roof.
That's
So
fine.
you will be on your own to do that. I need to know what the others are doing during that time period. Splitting the party, totally an option. I just need to know.
We be
You
gathering
also-
all the people to travel down into the subway wherever they lead.
Really?
Sounds good. Michael, also, you notice as you were running around that he has, not in his belt, but on his person, he had a very large, what is it called? Doesn't that sound awful that I paused right then? He has a Dynatech 8000X.
Which is
Phone about this big.
Perfect.
Club of Seal.
Rosie has become even more endeared to me by her just need to go do something like that. It's very,
Excellent.
very awesome, and I love her. And I also, I'm going to stay with her because I don't want us to split up completely. I'm really about us staying all together.
So they're going to the
I
roof.
run to the roof.
Okay.
Following ya, because I'm a cat burglar who can climb walls.
That's true.
I've got to follow them then.
They are
just
your
go- let's
they
go,
are your
Rosie, guys.
trainers right now.
They're my
as
trainers.
insane as that
Yeah.
sounds.
This seems
So Scott, you're
utterly-
gonna follow them. Nick
Hey.
and John, what are you gonna do?
John, Nick,
The most interesting stuff follows the group, so let's go after
yeah,
them.
you gotta come. Come on, John.
Excellent. So
on, John.
I'm
Let's
going to be
go.
honest here.
Let's go die.
Let's go, John.
I didn't roll very well, but I'm going to use my Patreon, which will mean that I have beat it by 1, and then I'm going to use both cheat codes and beat it by 3
To do what?
to make this roll successful.
To
I'm using
lasso
both cheat
spaceship.
codes.
Just gonna laugh.
Tell me exactly what you're gonna try and do.
I'm going to lasso a spaceship.
Right. using what?
Like you do.
Oh, I assumed. Well,
Space
Die
lasso.
hard. Use a
yeah.
lasso
The
truth.
cord, the cords, the wires. The
I'm a fisherman. I have rope.
fisherman has rope.
Fisherman rope.
Change places. Number 12.
Shit. Dirty dozen. I think I said number 12 instead of hashtag 12. Ben, do you get a bonus to help someone?
Yes.
So if you give me the rope as the fisherman, because fishermen always have rope.
Right.
That
True.
is logic.
Confirmable fact.
So
Then I
as a
get to
group,
add
you
more
are
to that,
able
right?
to. You do have some supplies that are in lockers in that room that you could have grabbed as you left.
So I'm using behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. And what's the bonus on that?
A 5-point bonus.
So the
Excellent.
fisherman.
I beat it by 8.
Wait, we need to establish several things here. I appreciate
you
your
mean?
excitement. Yes, Nick.
So the fisherman brought us his personal item to the jury room. Several hundred yards of mooring rope.
He
heard him
brought some
speak?
rope. There's not a lot. So I mean, this is. I appreciate the creativity. What's
talking
happening
like
here, but
this.
there's. We're gonna figure some things out. So you want to use what again? You want to use the cheat codes to improve your roll.
Right, so I'm going to use the cheat code, both cheat codes. That
Okay.
means I'm right on it.
Well, you can use one cheat code.
Oh, really? Because it says that player can spend more for a
Correct.
higher
Kinda like
bonus.
the DFA where you can spend 3 to get a 2. You
Oh,
don't
that
have
was
to
not
spend 2.
explained. It's the county hootie ha.
It's
Okay,
the same
fine.
thing. Sorry.
County hootie ha?
It's
County
that
hootie ha.
if you use one, you get 1 point. If you want another one, it's 1 plus 2, which is 3.
Yeah, that's the way
Oh, that
cheat
is how
codes
that
work.
works.
Is in order to prevent people from just piling them on into infinity.
Unless I just keep talking for a long time and chat by the Anyway, great. So that puts me at a 13.
Okay.
My Patreon puts me at 10, so I'm beating it by 2. If he gives me the rope, that's a plus 5,
I
so I'm
don't know
beating it
if
by
we've
7.
actually reached that total to where he can give you the plus 5.
Isn't that his?
Oh, it's his static.
Yeah.
That's your static. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you can do that. I'm sorry. Yes.
Oh, you can't
Yes,
see.
absolutely.
I just can't tell you about it.
He
I
gets
can't
no
take
credit.
the credit.
You can't take the. That's right.
Right. Obviously, Michael Stone will take the credit.
If he doesn't, Rosie will. So it will be. Actually, Rosie's pretty nice, but Michael would take the credit.
Oh, yeah.
So the group of you runs up to the roof.
Michael.
So I beat it by 7.
In a randomly desperate attempt to try and stop the alien invasion through the use of rope.
Well, it was getting really logical for a minute, so I had to just come in.
And
I
keep the
appreciate
group
it.
together. I mean, like, we're just
And
supporting our teammate
yeah,
right now.
that's totally fine. So the rope use check. So yeah, so you got that rope, you bundled it up and such, and and send it flying out there.
Yeah.
And
But then we got one of their ships, guys.
But then we also have them.
let's see. There
Yeah,
does,
maybe we can interrogate them.
How much did you beat it by?
7.
We're
It's
gonna
actually
be,
a pretty solid.
we're gonna be brave.
I know.
That's a pretty solid check there. I'm not going to deny that this is a ridiculous idea, but you
I just
did
want to
roll
say
really
that
well.
my former military self is losing his mind. Like, I'm kidding me. You gotta save people.
You
know,
should probably
John.
stand back right now.
it
I'm a
yeah,
professional.
yeah.
You should stand back. Who are you right now? Maya. Maya, can you stand back?
Hey, I'm a Girl Scout leader, Maya.
True. She's got a lot of skill.
That's great. If I need
I
to,
do.
if I need help tying my
I will
knots, I'll let you
tourniquet
know.
you out.
We hear you. We're gonna save the people, but she's one of them too, and that's kind of where I'm at.
Can I use my my artisan tie flies ability to tie her rope to improve her rope a little bit more?
It's a +7. I'm good. I think I'm
No,
good.
she's got the rope. So
Okay.
yes, there are
It's pretty
dozens
nice.
of flying saucers whizzing around the sky, firing off at buildings and at people.
Oh wow.
Which are able to dodge laser blasts and photon cannons, but somehow are still susceptible to be lassoed.
Believability has never been our strong point on this show. Yeah,
Can you
so
stand back, Maya? Just
Rosie
stand
decides
back.
she's gonna go whole hog on this puppy. So she whips that rope around, and yeah, as one of the saucers comes whipping by, she flings, she lets it go, and she somehow that little
And she goes,
blaster that's been sticking around,
I
doing
knew we
its
should have
shooting
taken
stuff.
off the longhorn hood ornament.
It gets ready to fire
Not a
away.
Chris Odie. And that's what I lassoed.
That happens.
That's
yeah.
an
That happens sometimes too when people get excited.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nolan.
Thank you, Nolan.
We have unseen
The-
stagehands.
Rope
Nolan.
hurtles into the sky, unwielding on catches right onto that blaster that's been spinning around, aiming at places and such, cinches around it.
Are you sure it's not a Chris
perfectly.
Odie bobblehead?
Oh, you just let me keep going.
Okay.
And yeah, Michael gets lifted off in the sky and is flying across wherever. And,
He's. I'm doing the Tarzan yell.
and
He's
then
very
right
excited.
then, everybody roll a d12.
I roll a d12. Uh-oh.
Okay, right before I was about to grab onto Michael's leg.
Oh. Okay.
Who are we now?
Who are we now?
Who can we be
I
now?
rolled a 1 again.
Okay, one again.
I got it.
Is that?
2.
2.
Oh, you're Michael now.
You aided in your own demise.
Okay,
11.
I'm liking this more and more now.
Mags?
I'm number 4, Carl Lundgren.
Oh, you're the fisherman. We traded.
I'm the fisherman?
Yeah.
What was the accent you went to?
All of the accents.
Well, he's Swedish. You go wherever you want. John, what number did you get?
9. Linda Hersley, the mom/ER nurse.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Violet. And Pookie. I miss you and love you.
Aw.
You're doing great. Here's a hash sheet code so Maggie or whoever can buy 2 points.
Thank you.
Hashtag from our hashtag not doing work like H-hole.
Thank you, Sarah.
And Sarah, just so you know, my new character has boating,
Is that
controlled breath,
Sarah Sanders Odie?
It is Sarah,
mechanics, navigation, swimming, unarmed attack, bioscience, climbing. This is for Sarah.
Oh, that's fine.
Electronics, medical.
Oh, because she wants to know all the skills.
That took you long
It's been a
enough.
recurring joke, by the way, Shauna. You saw some of this, Ben, is that Sarah has oftentimes, and then Maggie started doing this too, basically approaching each round with, well, here's all the things my character can do. And then just going through everything to try and find something that would be allowed.
It buys your time brain to think of what you actually want to do because this is live.
Yes, it's
And
true.
Chris will be like, what are you doing? And you're like, well, I have this.
But yeah, so Michael right now, inhabited by Scott, is flying through the air, clutching onto a rope. The rest of you are standing on the rooftop watching him disembark.
Oh no!
Alpha.
He's going very fast, quite quickly. What do you do next?
Well, I have urban tracking.
There goes Scott. I do too.
So
Let's do
I will use urban tracking to get a bead on Michael's tongue and try to determine where he is being taken by the abducting flying saucer.
Okay.
Perfect.
Now the weight of the
What's
saucer is
amazing
off,
also-
right? So it's not flying straight, right? It's,
Oh, but here's the
He
thing.
doesn't weigh that much. I mean, he's like a flea clinging to a dog right now.
Maybe we should
Urban-
lasso another one.
I'm a power lifter. I
Urban
mean,
tracking, but I'm also playing the flight attendant.
Give me the roll with a 2-point bonus for that.
All right.
My character's just really empathetic.
And okay. I failed by 11.
So the rope went up, snagged around the thing, and the saucer goes flying off this way. And
I have urban tracking
and
too.
as soon as that happens, Christina watches this and says, "I think it's going that way." And turns 180 degrees around. Yes, you do, Aqua.
Let's do this.
Because you've got who? Samantha Malone.
yeah.
Yes, good old Sam.
I have city knowledge over here too.
You can give me your rolls.
Of all this stuff. Okay, here we go. Okay, well, I beat it by 3.
By 3? Mm-hmm. Okay, you think it's going that way.
is it still
this way.
within eyesight?
Yes.
Excellent. I would like to use a total recall.
Okay.
And because I'm a fisherman, I would like to bring out my Gatling harpoon gun.
Okay.
It is the 80s.
And I would like to shoot the harpoons so that they can pierce it and maybe we can pull it back.
So you were going to
Or
try and
hold
reach
on.
into some sort of demiplane of some sort and pull out
Yeah, well, he has this.
Richard Gatling's...
This guy has gadgeteering.
Yes.
So.
Oh.
Well, gadgeteering is the use of gadgets. Doesn't mean that you could just make them spontaneously appear.
Well, but he's got the
unless
harp.
you-
He's got.
Yeah. No, he totally had the harpoons on the character sheet.
Yeah, I'm with
Yes.
you. I'm with you. Yeah, what the gadgeteering is doing is allowing him to create gadgets faster than
Yes.
normal.
Well, I
there
put
are other
together a
people in the group
harpoon-
who have that as well. So
I put together a harpoon Gatling gun.
yes. So what happened was, as soon as the shot went off, you and a few of the others start scrambling with some of the accoutrements on the roof, looking at an what are they called? A radial antenna and a fire hose, and quickly throw these things together in order to create some sort of improvised launching device. Sure, why not?
Yeah, and ooh, you know what? No, wait. If I'm all pilot, I can still use total recall, correct?
Correct. You can roll it on a better number.
Great.
at
Then
that
I'm going to
point.
use a meta point, so
Okay.
I can do 8s. Because we have to get it under 10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God help me. A 9.
I like that effect, Mark.
Flies through the air with the greatest of ease. That daring young man on the flying saucer. I also enjoy the fact that Matt has created the brand new skill of flight tracking. Hashtag cool rule.
It's true.
Oh,
Very true.
That finishes the cool rule.
Thank you, chat.
Oh wait, they finished the hack attack?
There's some other stuff going on.
We haven't heard what the hack attack is though, right?
Well, I think they're working on another. There are at least a couple hack attacks in play. I'm learning what's happening here so far.
So they're
I'm going to
plotting.
pay attention to what's
They're
going on.
plotting.
Oh, geez, I just read the background on that. That's cool. Thank you. That's well played, chat. I can make that happen. Well played indeed.
The bad sign.
So yeah, so the rope somehow the
Gatling harpoon gun.
yes, the Gatling harpoon gun. You are able to. I think that is something that metapilots can occasionally do because you've done it from time to time. Has just reached into other like pocket dimensions, and you do momentarily pull out. This full-fledged Gatling model.
I mean, if you need it to be super
harpoon
legit,
gun sponsored by Aquamarine, manufactured by Aquamarine.
if you need it to be super legit, if Chad has any questions, we can use the other total recall because my
Save it.
Professor Trelawney had the pull anything out.
Please save it.
I'm gonna save it. I'm just saying.
That's cool. We'll just let this go right now. You're right, though. It did have that.
I am right.
You're right. And launches off this shot with the improvised antenna fire hose. Fortunately, this saucer's been kind of circling around, so it isn't just going, straight off.
Right, but that's why it's a Gatling, so it shoots more than one.
And well, you've only got the one fire hose, so it does. It fires off, and the hose and radio goes flying around. And I need a.
Oh God, do any of them hit?
I need you to roll.
So holding onto a rope.
I need you to roll a defensive check for me. Scott. So you can either roll, based on where you are right now, you can either roll 2d10 on your pilot defense, or you can roll 2d12 plus 2 on your avatar defense.
Oh. Well, that's... Okay, so that was a 12, and then do I add my DCV?
So... Well,
No, that means...
So you roll... What did you roll first? You rolled d10s?
I rolled a 12.
On what?
My 10s on my pilot.
So what is your DCV?
6.
6. So you missed by 6.
Oh, great.
So...
I have a feeling you're getting harpooned.
Fun.
Oh no!
So the good
but we can
news-
still use his body.
The good news is that your flight is over.
This is why people try to get out of jury duty.
The good news is your flight is over. As the antenna goes hurling up, this broken, mangled piece of metal, one shard of it goes straight through your thigh.
Excellent. We use that as we pull with that.
Right.
Left odds, right.
Well,
your right thigh.
Yes.
Okay.
And the pain you immediately let go.
Oh damn it!
So
Of
you're
the
going to
saucer?
Spider-Man against the side of the building.
I can go help him.
Which brings you dropping with, gravity.
Wait, it's only a 3-story drop, so...
Well, we're on the...
You're on the thing. It's a little bit higher than that because it was doing the thing.
Okay.
Is he near us?
And
I feel like we need a dirty dozen.
Let's keep going with
hit
this.
points does he have?
Oh wait, what are you trying to say? You've been trying to say it for a minute.
The initial hit is going to do 20 points of damage to Michael. You do have, though, some shielding
Overshield,
from Patreon.
So is that my health?
That's what I was going to say.
So-
Health,
he's
but you can use that up first.
So this won't kill me.
No.
No, but...
Not yet. So the 20 points of shielding that you had just got used by being impaled by the antenna.
I only took 10 points of
10
overshielding.
points. So then you took 10 more points of damage.
So
on
you're
top
at
of
20.
that.
We should probably all write that down because if
So
we
Scott
switch to
currently
him,
has 20
we
hit
should
points,
know-
just
yes,
so everyone
Scott.
puts that on their
Michael
sheet.
Stone only has 20
So I've
hit
lost
points.
60 points.
No. You got hit for 20.
Okay.
10 of that didn't count because
Okay,
of your
okay,
shielding.
okay,
10 of it did. So
Great.
you just dropped from 30 to 20. You're in Scott's body, so you're in Michael's body, so Michael's hit points are what matter.
He's got 20 now.
Michael has 30 hit points.
Oh, I see. Okay, got it.
If we were in the Metapods,
Got it.
then
Okay.
Scott's
I'm catching
hit
up.
points
I'm
would matter.
catching up.
That's the one part many parts get tricky.
Okay.
So you have been impaled.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Let's keep
And
going.
you have dropped now.
Have I hit the ground yet?
No, because they are all now, I'm assuming all 11 other jurors go running for the fire hose to keep it from hitting the ground.
So I'm still in the air.
Yeah, and
impaled.
Give me a...
Okay.
Is he near the rooftop at all?
Circling around, you drop. Yeah, you've got a shot at this.
Okay.
Give me an odds evens roll and call before you roll odds or evens.
Odds. Fail.
Okay, so what happens then is as you drop and the rest of you grab the rope and start yanking on it and such, you are able to hold on to the rope, or onto the fire hose, and it does keep you from landing all the way on the ground, but you do
My
a little
man
bit
said the
into the
Spider-Man.
side of the wall.
Okay.
Spider-Man.
Doing an additional 15 points of damage.
Which will kill me.
No, you now have 5 hit points.
I have 5 hit points
So
left?
Michael on everybody's sheet now has 5 hit points. But he got to have an adventure.
And I'm hanging off the building attached to a fire hose.
Correct.
It's only fair that you give us your possessions before you die.
I'm not dead yet.
Someone better buy a dirty dozen
So at this
here.
point, what point do you lose consciousness?
Basically, it's 0. At 0, he'll be out.
I'm a badass.
But that means he's dead. I mean, just losing
Stockbroker.
consciousness. Shouldn't he be unconscious by now?
No.
No, really?
So we're all standing on the roof,
Metapod.
Correct.
holding on to this hose
Yes.
that's got him at the bottom of it.
Do you want them to lower you down or pull you up?
Oh, pull me up.
You're in a lot of
Are you
pain
sure?
right
I should
now.
probably lower you down and then all get down to you.
And you're still impaled by the
Because
antenna.
we don't want to be up here on the roof. There's an alien invasion.
And the aliens
Imagine
are
he's like
still
2
whipping
feet from
around.
the
We need to
ground.
get
Pull him up.
Hey, I am the jury foreman. I'm making this executive decision. We are lowering him down. We are going down there, and then we are going to find shelter. I can take it.
Yeah.
Hi, Lassie.
Michael.
Find shelter. Kind of
Shut
like what
your
I
mouth.
wanted to do in the
It's a
beginning.
10-story building.
I'm so sorry. You know what,
Yes,
John Stone?
you do
I'm
want
with you.
You do want
I'm
to
in
lower.
charge.
You do want to lower him. He's actually at the 2nd floor.
Let's lower him to the burning rubble.
Yeah. So you lower him down. Somehow
and then
this
we
rope
go
is
down.
long enough.
Yeah.
And
Barney's got
so you.
Burning rubble.
So right now, Scott, you are on the ground
Stay there, Scott.
outside the building, impaled by the antenna.
You're not dead yet, Scott.
In Michael's body.
Hold on.
And the
Tom,
rest of
stay
you
there.
can figure out what you want to do next.
We need to go down there to him, and we need to find a safe spot, friends.
I'll take the stairs.
Let's take the stairs.
While they're taking the stairs, I have a question.
Yes.
Is this a case where I'm feeling burning pain because I've been impaled, or burning pain because someone added fire ants to my Metapod?
That's its own thing. Wait for it.
Oh, okay.
Feeling kind of a dick for
Asshole.
that. No. To be fair, I didn't know you were going to Tarzan your way across the city-state.
To be fair, it's
And
not
then we
his
were going to
fault.
shoot you down with a harpoon.
To be fair, I have completed both actions.
Which, by the way, that was done by one of your trainers. Just again, to point that out. And this will be on the test. So, take notes.
All right, let's
I
go
just
down
want
the
to say,
stairs.
Arcady would have never let this happen.
You would have established a perimeter.
So you start whipping your way down the
down.
down the
No
stairs and
problem.
such,
Yep.
and as you do this, you see Coward over in a corner.
Coward?
Next to the Coward over in the corner next to the stairwell
Eon.
is a young woman who is wearing an orange jumpsuit, and her wrists are handcuffed, and she is completely alone, and she is sobbing in the corner.
I'm gonna run up to
girl.
her. It's. I assume it's the.
It's her.
It's the defendant.
Right. So I'm gonna run up and be like, "Aliens are attacking. Did you do it or did you not?"
Well,
Yeah.
but well, let me do it because I do have the ability of interrogation.
That's true.
There is
But do
an
we really care
alien
at this point?
invasion
Right now,
going
that's
on
why- that's
right
why I said-
now.
Yeah, we want to judge her character
Do you
and
wanna
take her
care?
with us if she's not dead.
I want to know if she did it or not.
Grab this chick and hustle down to the subway, get some shelter. Where do you want to go for, person?
Oh, do you have a problem with that I led what we were doing?
I want us
Or
to-
person. at
Meanwhile,
least
I just want to point out that Nick has already started running down the stairwell.
Yeah.
I thought we all did.
But you were all yelling at each other at the top with the defendant.
So you have a plan to live?
Yeah, let's bring her. Let's go.
Yes.
So someone
That's great,
throws her over
because,
his shoulder. Who throws them over his shoulder?
Oh man, I'm 53. I don't think I should do it.
I will.
I'm a scout leader.
Oh, you carry.
Sure, and I'm a nurse.
Carl's actually pretty ripped. He could do it.
Fine.
He's a
Oh,
gnarly
Carl.
fisherman.
It's good that you're bringing the defendant because off the off chance that the alien invasion is not why we were sent here, but was actually to find this woman guilty or not guilty.
Ziggy says that there is a 23% chance the reason you were sent here was to determine her guilt or innocence.
Ziggy?
Or
It's a quantum leap joke.
she's a shape-shifting alien and would take her down with us, and she kills us all.
Spoilers. So you start running down the stairway now, and you've got what's her name?
I don't know. I just know her as guilty.
I just know her number.
Lizzie.
Patricia Borden.
Patricia.
Janelle Borden.
It was Lizzie at first. I decided that was too cheesy.
Yes, that would be too cheesy.
So we have Patricia. We're going to get Scott.
Well,
Yes,
okay,
you're
then as
running
we're
on
running
downstairs.
down, I'm gonna ask her if she did it or not.
And she's just babbling. She's just incoherent right now.
Because she's
As you
an
go down,
alien.
you also see,
Shouldn't speak English.
once you reach the bottom of the stairwell, you see the doors of the courthouse have been blown open. There are several bodies lying around on the ground, including a few bailiffs and officers whose sidearms are in their hands or on the ground nearby them. You also, in addition to the sounds of people screaming outside and buildings and all of that, you are starting to hear gunshots from outside.
Ammo drop. Let's equip up.
I grab weapons.
Same.
All of them. I grab as many weapons as I can holster and carry because I am SWAT man. I'm gonna go and SWAT some things. It's SWATting time.
Well, yeah.
Did your character have those sunglasses?
Yes.
Okay.
Always.
I love it.
Okay, so yeah, let's equip up. Samantha has gun company.
While you both have glasses. They're both very nice. Okay.
Sure. No, they're good. They're cool. They're cool.
Sorry, that was a.
There is a
joke.
stunning amount of forehead
I love you.
in that picture.
While they grab weapons, are there any markings on the
Hot
spaceships?
kettle. What?
No, it's cool.
I'm sorry. What?
Are there any markings on the spaceships?
No, they do look, like I said, they look a little bit organic, but they aren't just manufactured.
But there's no symbol of any kind. Okay.
No.
Can I speak to the chat folks for a moment? Could you put your glasses back
You
on?
can really briefly speak, but I want to keep going.
Okay, yes, sir. Could you put the sunglasses back on just for a moment? Now, if anyone in chat can find a still of George Michael doing the live duet of Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me with Elton John and juxtapose it with that picture of him right there, please do it.
I was really hoping you were going to say like Ray Charles, and it could have been the two of us.
Yeah.
together.
Well, I'm just saying, that's that picture right there. Okay, back to the story.
Let's get them.
So nicely played.
There's nothing on the ship.
Yeah. So there you see the bailiffs and such. A couple of them were armed, and they seemed to have more like a 38 or a. They have a more revolver style, weapon. But there were a couple of officers.
Somebody has a shotgun. Somebody has a shotgun.
There was one officer who had a shotgun.
Do any of them have swords? Because my
No.
character has fencing.
Yes, the character does. It could come up.
So no swords, though?
No.
We'll
There are
find
gun
you
shops
one.
and pawn shops in this town.
Hey!
We'll find you one.
While they're busy,
And spoiler alert, yes, there will be hand-to-hand combat with aliens eventually.
while
I
these
don't
people
promise anything for tonight, but this is going to be fun.
So I
are
grab.
ignoring my plight
You grab a shotgun.
we're-
so that they can get weapons and other dumb things that might help with survival later. I'd like to survive now. Could I please crawl over the broken, burning ground and glass to
You have
attempt to
an
make it somewhere
unfortunate
safe?
situation
I told
because
you
you've
to
been
stay there.
impaled by the antenna.
Right.
Well, you're very wounded right now.
I am, but
Stay there,
I can't stay here.
No, you should just
we're
for a second.
fine.
Like you're just hold on.
Well, I need a weapon to cover us so we can go get you.
Yes, that's what I'm taking care of
Good.
right now.
Is it a gluten-free antenna?
It is. It's pure
You got lucky.
Not bread.
metal.
I grabbed one of the pistols. You grabbed.
Sweet. So if you want to go ahead and write on your sheet, so I don't have to track this right now, the following information. Who is trying to arm up right now? All four of you? Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to assume that I'm going to generically create enough weapons for the others as well, but it doesn't mean they can use them, So there was one shotgun, you've got it. That shotgun can do 25 points of damage.
Matt hasn't broken his wrist once yet. What's going on? Hashtag Metapoint.
Thank you for the meta point, and that was a very good thing to point
throw
out.
out these things.
Bit
people.
rusty.
I'm trying to at least set a new
for my
record for
abdomen.
myself. I know it'll happen eventually, but at the very least it'll go,
clean it,
longer. He. So 25 points of damage, and you actually do, as a pilot, have gun
Yeah.
something. I can't remember
I'm
what skill.
SWAT.
Gun something.
Yeah, so you've got that ability, so that's the role
Starring
you
the
need for it. The rest of you who have picked up pistols, each one of those can do 10 points of damage.
How
And
how much damage can I do with the antenna?
The antenna can actually do.
yourself?
The antenna also does 10 points of damage.
Okay.
It's piercing damage.
Great, thanks. So I should
Sword
save
light
it.
damage?
So are the bullets. So, if you wanted to break off a piece of the antenna and turn it into an improvised weapon as a sword, you could totally.
This
I
is
will
my
totally do that.
antenna, you
Yeah.
ass.
So you finish arming yourselves. You run outside, and sure enough, close to the door, thankfully through the magic of plot device, Michael is on the ground, and he hasn't been able to get the antenna completely out of his leg, which none of you, I think, are controlling the nurse, but she immediately goes over and starts doing first
Number
aid.
nine.
Nurse.
I'm controlling nurse.
So you immediately start going over and doing first aid because you recognize that he should not be yanking this thing out right
Nurse with a shotgun.
because he's going to bleed out if he does. So instead, you're able to take advantage of some of the tools that Carl has thoughtfully provided. And Hector, for whatever reason, too, as a machinist, just happened to be carrying his belt because he was going to go off to work later on that evening for a late shift. And between that, you guys were able to slowly break off both ends of this piece of the antenna so that it's only sticking out a little bit of the leg on either side. And you wrap around some cloth that you've ripped off from one of the bodies and such to create kind of a makeshift bandaging tourniquet situation here.
Recap, the team has left in what is basically Crayola crayon box of 80s fun. Witnessed an alien invasion, attempted to harpoon a flying saucer. Used one of their own as an ersatz Crystal D bobblehead and are now looking for swords.
Correct.
Hashtag Metapoint.
Yeah, that sums it up right there, Chad. Thank you
Well
very much.
done. Oh my god.
That's pretty much it.
That was a good summary. I'm using a meta point.
Wait, is that like real Larry Dixon in chat right now?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, hi,
Hey,
Larry.
Larry. That is awesome, man.
We love you,
Good to
Larry.
see
I
you.
say to
that's
say hi
good
to
see
Misty
you,
too.
but, that is
Fond of
cool.
you.
The next time you're out in the Northwest, we'll figure out a way to rope you into the show. I know it'll be hard for you to break out of your shell.
I'll lasso him.
You know, but we'll
Him
make
and
it work
Misty.
somehow. And if you bring Misty, we can work her in too. That would be awesome. That's cool. That's kind of neat. I like that. So you're no longer bleeding out, or at least you're not in immediate danger of it. But you're not moving very quickly. You are requiring people to help you. And the group of you has a decision to make. Are you heading for the subway? Are you heading for the bomb shelter? Where are you going next?
So if we go to a shelter,
And there are
chances
sirens
are,
going off, and there's still explosions and things happening.
SWAT guy?
Yeah.
If we go to a shelter, chances are we'll be sitting ducks just waiting for something to blow over. If we go to the subway, at least tunnels we can go and try to find some other way part of town to find some stuff.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Let's do
Go to the
that.
subway.
I like it.
So we don't want to try to lasso a saucer again? Because I'm up for it.
No, Scott.
We'll go lasso a train.
Legit.
Don't worry, eventually you'll get another dirty dozen and I'll swap you out of that body. I
As we're,
apologize that you're stuck in it right now.
as we're walking by, or as because we've all agreed we're going to the subway, right? As we head towards the subway, I would like to shoot one of the spaceships to see what the reaction is. Did the bullet bounce off?
like it.
Does the bullet get absorbed?
Good idea.
I want to see.
Do you have,
Oh.
what's it called?
I got nothing that's good at shooting.
I do.
I just want to say
Someone else can do
couple-
it.
we're wasting our limited ammo shooting down.
A couple of your
vessels.
avatars do have a skill
he said it
called
was
gun
organic.
combat. If
Mine
you have a
does.
skill called gun combat, that is currently what your avatar would roll. Otherwise, for your pilot,
You roll it, Vanessa.
for your pilot, you would just be rolling your basic attack value. your
If
basic
you have gun
AC.
combat, you should just one shot at it because we.
Yeah.
I mean,
I hear you on the wasting of the ammo, but wouldn't it be cool to have knowledge of the saucer?
If you really want to do it, I'll take the shot since that's what I do. I shoot things.
All right, you
This
do
does
it.
make the
You
most
should do
sense
it.
if you want to
You
make
just
that.
do
like if it absorbs it,
So you
that's
take a
good
pistol, you
information.
line up, you fire a
All
shot.
right.
Give me a roll with 2d8 because you're using your pilot abilities.
Time to swat some chips.
Here we go.
SWAT some SWAT.
It's like reverse
It
Caruso.
is.
Like,
SWAT some ships.
Let's find out.
Some ships.
Let's
All
solve
right,
some
so
mysteries.
2d8. Tell me what you get. How much do you beat your roll by?
Where's taking my 8 here?
Let's swap some.
You know, right?
Whoops, I lost an 8.
Jimmy can't just like.
Borrow an 8.
Just roll one
know,
twice. You need to beat a 13.
5. That's annoying.
Oh, here, use mine.
I don't know where it went. Alright. Bang, bang. 4.
Dang.
Ah, woo!
Thank you.
A 4 is what you rolled?
Yeah.
4.
You beat it by 9.
Yeah.
Well, you told it you lined up this shot perfectly. Fire off. Single shot.
Yes.
Single shot. And yeah, these things are moving fast. They are moving quickly.
But he's-
but you manage to peg one of them. And,
I mean, we just saw the nurse do that too. That's awesome.
Yeah, and you see the bullet. it hits that saucer good, and just kind of flings away.
Flings away, but no damage is done, no smoke happens, no, like there's no effect.
Seem to hit some sort of force field around it.
Oh, they are force fielded. Force felled?
So,
I would love to figure out how to conjugate that. I like that as a verb.
if we could get our hands on a laptop, we can upload a virus to it, and then all become susceptible to gunshot.
And then we can have
Only
cigars.
if you wait 7 years.
Nuh-uh. You know why? Because Wendell can achieve anything with the electronic device.
True. I was trying to make it Independence Day was in the 90s joke, but you're right.
I know.
Yeah,
play.
that was my cigar thing.
Really? That's a cool skill.
Yeah, I liked that, yeah. So you did that and you continue on your way to the subway? Is that correct?
Yeah. Keeping a lookout for a laptop.
Okay, awesome. The whole jury pool is going with you, plus now you've got the defendant.
Oh man, all the jury too.
Yeah, they're all just oddly attracted to your sense of...
Funnily enough.
Yeah,
Let's do
They
this.
saw her lasso a spaceship. She was like, we're following her.
true.
It's true.
That chick's crazy. We're
Okay.
following her.
Well, do we get to the subway? Do we have to stop and fight anything?
No, you get in just fine. You're able to head downstairs. And as soon as you get down underground, things are much more peaceful. Like it's clear that whatever's going on is upstairs. You know, when you were upstairs, you heard sirens and you saw cop cars whipping by and whatnot, and people yelling. But down here, it's a little bit more peaceful. The subway is not rolling
How's he doing?
at all. He's stable for now. He's needing help to move, and you have enough NPC jurors that they can handle the carrying duties right now for
Can we
you.
give him some more epinephrine?
That was in our world. Does anyone have an EpiPen? Is anyone allergic to something?
I'm a nurse.
That's true. You might just have one. You know what? I think Maya seems like the kind of person who would care enough about other people that she would carry an EpiPen just in case.
Well, I'm Linda now.
You're Linda?
So who's Maya? Who is Maya?
No one.
I'm Linda. That's why I think I might have one. 'Cause I'm a nurse. Maybe I do have one.
So, you're working your way through the subway, and other people have had the same idea that you did of coming down here, and but everyone just seems disorganized and scared, which makes sense because this is not the sort of disaster you typically plan for.
Sure.
And
Not typically, no.
Not typically, no. Although I have figured out how to defend my home from zombies.
Which is?
I defend it. I'm not going to waste time here, but no, there's a whole
You don't have a plan.
I actually believe that
could
he has
talk
like a
you through it.
notebook full of a plan with drawings. I believe
It's
that.
an odd fear that I have that is utterly irrational, but whatever.
And zombies have a lot of germs too.
That's even worse. Now I want to
Poor
go to
hygiene.
Purell again.
Yeah, I know.
Did you just rub Fanta Purell in your hair?
I did. It's what keeps it so lively.
Phantom Purell.
So so no one is really talking to anyone down there. Everyone's kind of by themselves and just
Carl's gonna
basically scared.
pee.
That's a great thing to do. There is actually a bathroom.
Oh no, he wants to do it off into the hole or the sub.
That's cool.
Oh,
there
towards
is
the third
a
rail.
subway. There is a subway that is halfway.
This is a
pulled
great
up.
idea.
Come on, haven't you always wanted to pee into that?
Yeah, there is a halfway parked subway, line of train, a train there, but it just didn't make it all the way to the station. It didn't run into anything. It just something went wrong with the system. The emergency brakes went off and all that stuff.
Is the power still on down there?
Power is still on. It's not even flickering yet.
Okay.
Yet.
So we could totally drive the subway.
Yeah.
You absolutely could start figuring out how to hotwire this puppy.
I know how to drive cars.
Well, we should
This should
know
be
that.
easy.
I have etiquette.
Do we have access radio or TV or something?
That actually almost got me right there. I liked that.
I missed it.
I have etiquette.
He said he had etiquette.
Your shields are up today.
I don't know. I've been watching his face.
There's been a
I
couple.
smiled. If I'm not allowed to smile and that counts, that's just bullshit.
No, you've got this thing now. It's very smart of you, where you start your mouth, one side of your lip starts to go up, and then you very covertly look down to reference something,
That's
and
true.
but the camera can't
Is that
see
what
all
you're
of
talking
it,
about?
but it's
Yeah.
happening. Watch for it.
Hey, let me bring some South King County defense out.
Oh no! Oh god!
So,
For those who couldn't see, that was a camouflage baseball cap full of fruit snack wrappers.
it was.
That is so South King County.
Is the radio or TV saying anything about this? That's
There are a couple
pertinent?
people. There's there is someone down there who has a battery powered boom box
Perfect. Oh, right. It's the yes.
That has turned to the news.
Great. So that's
Instead
got
of-
12
We
minutes.
gotta
of battery
gather
power.
around that.
Yeah, pretty much huge batteries. But there are several people who've gathered around it and such, and the reports are coming in of, this attack seems to be all across the country, at least. There are reports. It seems to be the cities are reporting. New York is under attack. Seattle is under attack. San Francisco and L.A. Galveston, Texas, New Orleans, Nolens.
It's nothing inland?
No, nothing inland. It's all coastal sites that are attacked right now. Vancouver, there's an incident happening up there.
So we need to tend to any wounded. We need to find shelter. We need to find food. And we need to find a way to fight.
Tokyo. I mean, it's all coastal cities, and it's the 80s though. So I mean, reports are taking longer to get back and forth, but it's been going on now for at least probably an hour and a half, and there is enough communication that people are like,
This Seattle subway, does it run east? Does it run to the east side?
absolutely, this one's efficient and well thought out.
Sounds like if they're only attacking the cities, we should be going inland, maybe to the mountains.
You
But
know
it's
how
getting
far
out
east
of
it
the
goes? How far east does it go?
How far does what go?
How far east does the train go?
Well, east goes to the east side of Lake Washington.
Eastern Washington?
East side of Lake Washington. It'll at least get
east
you over
side.
to like Bellevue.
Lake Washington. Oh. Well.
The Dallas of Western Washington.
Even the aliens don't want to go to Bellevue.
Have our boosted
I know
abilities
traffic,
been
right?
unlocked?
Am I right?
I'm not sure if you've reached the 750 yet or not.
Alienator, if you could let Chris know and then me know, that would be really helpful in my planning of my next move.
So is there any reason we can't take over this subway and just drive it east?
That's exactly what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
What was wrong with it exactly?
There's no.
Nothing.
It just
We-
stopped.
we could do it.
The emergency brakes went off on it, and that was it.
It could still
It's
work.
still got
you were
power.
told.
There's still lights.
Yeah, get me in there.
It's not
Are any of the
currently
doors
running. It's
open?
going to take some work, but you can definitely give it.
Can
a
we
shot.
get the doors open, or do we have to?
The doors are open.
Doors are open.
Okay.
And how many people? They're our group, but there's also people who are already down there.
Yeah, there's a couple dozen people who are still in the subway.
And it's a full. What is the Seattle train? So how many cars is it?
6.
Okay, so enough to take everybody.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Are we at 750 yet?
I don't know.
Did you look?
AK has not told me anything. I know that they're 250 from a waffle. Paxmo is saying yes, they have.
Excellent.
Waffle is
1.
So I think
yes.
we're around 750.
Excellent. So we have our boosted abilities.
Oh. Cool.
Excellent. I would like to turn myself invisible while the group is discussing this. I would like to leave the subway station. I would like to use a total recall and use Ricci's time-stopping moment on one of the saucers and take an alien out of it.
Dang.
So
Great. Look, some of the saucers have to have landed by now.
nope, they're all in the sky.
They're all in the sky? Well, if I stop it in time, will it fall?
No, it's like it's in a bubble.
Damn it.
I'll let you know that one.
Please, make your time. All your hashtag attacker belong to us.
Oh,
Make
no.
your time.
What?
Thank you, chat.
Oh, now they're just mocking us. Ha,
Alien
ha,
Knitter,
ha.
for some reason, my messages were not actually reloading. It was just sitting on our earlier conversations. That's why I didn't know anything had happened. But yes, he did let
When
me
the
know
earth
that.
quakes and the poison arrows fall from the sky, and the pillars of heaven shake,
Oh, God.
Jack Bird just looks that big old storm right square in the eye and he says, "Give me your best shot, pal. I can take it. Hashtag triple play."
Thank you,
Love it.
Shimmy.
Thank you, Shimmy. Okay, so if I
Wait.
can't,
That's Matt Shimkus.
Hey, what's up, Matt?
if that's not gonna work, then instead of using Princess Ricci, I would like to use Princess Vega's power of the gravity.
So before you do that, I need to let you know something else.
Thank you.
And I want you to look at the screen over there for a moment.
Okay.
Oh, looking at the screen.
Looking at the screen.
Hack attack just went away.
Looking at it. Oh.
So,
Oh.
as you are beginning to
I'm getting
work on
into
the
it.
subway and trying to see if there's any way that you can get this thing started or such, you start hearing this odd clacking sound. This clacking sound
Oh
coming.
God, if it is a chicken golem, I'm
From-
gonna lose it.
Many of you have navigation, right?
I have navigation. No. Yes. No. Yes.
Tracking.
Give me a navigation roll.
I will. God bless it. Except because.
There's almost no way you can miss this because you're gonna have a bonus. So
I
go
have
for it.
it.
Oh really? Oh okay. Because I'm at a 2d12 plus 2.
You're fine.
Okay.
city.
Fine, he says. I hit it right on the button. 7.
Perfect. You were smart enough to look at the map of the subway system and realize that the direction of the sound is coming is from east.
Okay.
And it is like this clacking sound, like this.
It's coming from the east?
A clacky sound.
It's like what?
It's like
I feel like they're coming towards us.
I'm not following you.
creatures.
What?
I think it's aliens coming towards us.
Sounds like a kid eating popcorn in a rainy
I'm sorry, I wasn't
cabin.
paying
Let's go
attention.
rescue him. We need
A
help.
few other people who were on the what's that called, right? The
Platform.
station, or the platform. Thank you.
9 3/4.
Thank you. The platform. That's right. Of course. A couple of them also hear this, and it's oddly quiet, except for that sound, which is there and then it's gone. It's there and it's gone.
Is it getting closer?
It's getting louder, and so a couple of them start walking down towards the edge of the platform, and one or two of them actually had a flashlight with them because they grabbed it off of someone else who was, on the ground.
paying attention.
And one of them gets up towards the end, and don't worry, Sean. Just for you, I want to make sure that this is established. This dude is white as snow. Because we talked about this once. We were watching it was some horror movie, and you made a crack about. Never mind. Anyway.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and he points the light down down the railway, and he doesn't scream, because he doesn't stay intact long enough. But right then, these two giant pincers come out,
Yeah.
and the face of a humongous ant looks out.
An ant.
Slices once.
Because
and
you put the ants in his
completely
pod.
It's because I put the ants on his pod.
Because he
Sorry.
put the ants.
That's the
It's
hack.
on me.
The
That is
body
the hack attack.
crumples in half.
Sorry.
I
The
love
person
it.
who is standing next to him just passes out
My bad, guys.
and is immediately also pincered by that.
I didn't think.
Total recall time bubble on the ants.
Give me the roll.
I just
Nice
made a
sound effect.
10.
Thanks, by the way.
There's probably more.
Nice, Nolan.
That's a 12. Shit.
Sound effect. Is that you?
Balls.
It's
Did you
smart.
already use
Oh,
your
it's
buff?
smart. Oh.
Your
Yes, I used my buff to lasso a spaceship.
Isn't there some buff that we can get someone to
You
re-roll?
could burn.
Why would we want to time bubble the?
I mean, I rolled
ant?
10s. I hope that's okay.
Plot. There are probably more ants.
I could remove any negative result hampering a teammate.
He's not a teammate though.
I'm a
Are there
teammate,
more
but
than
there's
two
no
ants?
negative result. I just rolled
So wait, so that
poorly.
whole time
Well,
you
if
were
you want
speared?
to, here's what you could do. You could do a couple things. If you want to roll a third die, you could use a triple play.
Oh, okay, I'll use the triple play. I'm keeping that 3, because that's
Yep.
a pretty number.
How many ants have we seen by now?
That's a 6. 9.
Congratulations. Yeah, you activate a time bubble, and that ant stops immediately in its tracks.
Okay, no, it's over the whole area.
That whole area, nothing's moving.
Nothing's coming out of the cave. Just so that we can have a second.
It's actually kind of weird because the blood that was like splurting out of the guy who got bisected,
Mid.
as soon as it hits the bubble, it just stops.
Good.
So,
Kinda pretty.
we need to get everybody into
It is.
the subway car. We need to gun up everybody who has a gun. I know I have one.
And smash our way right through that ant.
Possibly, we don't know what else is down there. But
A giant-
maybe here's an idea. Maybe if we can get turn the subway car on, A, we could use the headlights to maybe scare it off, or B, we could just attack it with the subway car.
Yeah, just smash them.
So there's just one ant right now.
We don't know.
You have seen one ant so far.
We've seen one.
So could we?
When's there been one ant?
Yeah. Ants are solitary
We
hunters.
shine that flashlight. Shine that flashlight down a little bit more.
It was close.
I see.
Just
That
shine.
was close.
I'm
Get
taking my
inside the
shots,
subway,
man.
turn
You're
the subway
right.
lights on.
Stoned it to death.
Car lights
Good
on.
idea.
All right, we're getting in the subway.
And yes, Nick, it is from the ants that you threw into his.
I love
I didn't
it.
think that would happen
Well
again.
played,
I'm sorry,
chat.
guys.
It wouldn't have. Chat made it happen.
Well
Chat
played,
absolutely
chat.
did it.
Ants and aliens.
Do I need to make a check to see if I've succeeded at getting this subway car working?
Oh God, yes.
Okay.
Yes. There will be many checks necessary from many people.
Well, and
I got a voting skill. Can I use it?
Shut up.
You can, but not here.
I can help him because I have
Sven
electronics.
O'Malleyson.
I'm everywhere.
Laugh all you want. Everyone's gonna play Carl before the end.
I hope so.
I have I can help him have electronics and engineering. So one of those can help him.
So here's
get
what I
the
need
thing
from you
running.
guys, okay? the time bubble won't last forever.
I know, that's why we're hurrying.
I am going to need you to, between anyone who's going to make these attempts, and you can assist each other if you have skills on your avatar or on your pilot abilities, however that works. And you've still got a few other things you could use. You've got some cheat codes that you can bonus. You only have enough to give yourself a 1-point bonus on a roll. You don't have enough to do a 2-point bonus. But you do have some meta points as well.
Yeah.
And you've got a rule of cool if things really hit the fan. But I need you to collectively get 4 successes on rolls of engineering, mechanical, that sort of thing, and computers. Actually, what I need is a successful engineering, a successful computers, a successful mechanical, and a successful...
Electronics. I have electronics.
I guess I meant to say electronics when I said engineering, sorry. I need...
What about driving? Yeah, what about driving?
Actually, yeah, that would be good for it.
Ooh, that's...
I need those
that's
4.
relatively easy, actually. That's the easy part. It's on a rail.
Since I can't use my action points, here's a hashtag meta point.
Aw,
Hey.
thank you.
Thank you.
Action points would be so helpful.
All right.
But yeah, so I need, between the group of you, I need a successful computer check, driving check, electronics check, and mechanical check.
Mags, are you taking notes or coloring in your
And I need those 4
I'm
successes
coloring.
before you get 3 losses.
I can't help. Everything I have is nautical.
I have 1 success on driving.
You have a success on driving.
I could make us an anchor.
I'm gonna spend a meta point
Okay?
and roll
Carl.
for computers.
Okay?
Cool.
Computers.
Succeeded by 9.
That is
Holy
a definite
guacamole.
success. So we have a driving success. We have a computer's success.
Okay, 1 success of 4. We can do this.
Go, John, go.
Yes, I'm doing 2 8s.
The ant is starting to shudder.
Oh, he's
Oh.
at 8. Okay, here we go.
Oh, another driving success. Woo!
Only one, though.
my-
Only the one.
My electronics, I've got a 7, so I beat my electronics by 1.
Yes.
One more.
Electronics, we need a mechanics success. The ant is starting the pincers.
Mechanics or engineering?
Which had been engineering. I keep saying, wait, no. You just did it. You just did electronics, right?
Right.
Mechanical is what I need. Mechanical.
Does anyone have mechanical?
I have aeronautical mechanics.
You can
I
say
have mechanics for nautical.
All right.
I have
What
mechanics.
that means is you get a bonus if it's aeronautics.
Okay, I'll attempt mechanics.
Wait, what's your mechanics score?
7.
And it's
Mine's
starting
8.
to.
Okay.
Oh, the
You
ant.
see the ant in the
Yeah.
lead has now just finished. Its pincers have just actually gone all the way slowly back together.
I'll try mechanics. I have an 8 in mechanics.
Go for it.
I'll try.
Oh,
We
And
got
it's
2
starting to look
successes.
over at you all.
7 beat it by 1.
For what?
And then
I know what to
Yes.
do.
As soon as you do that, the you hear some sounds going off in
Yeah.
the subway and like hydraulics hitting,
Yeah.
all this stuff is going on, and yeah, it starts kind of beginning to slowly move, like it could actually work.
Excellent.
The rest of the jurors, knowing what you're doing, are already on the subway.
Oh, I threw them
Several
on.
other
That was
people
my
who
part.
are on the platform see what's going on. Those who have not already run away from the ant went, and some of them took cover in the subway
car?
because it was kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't. What do? You run upstairs, get blasted by aliens,
Right.
run towards the ant, run. What do you do? What do you do?
Which one of us is actually driving this?
But the subway kicks up to life,
Me, I'm driving.
and Aquamarine.
That's the driving.
Yeah, do it, Aquamarine.
True.
Yeah.
Aquamarine.
Also, I
it
have all
kicks
these-
up, the door slams shut, and it launches forward.
Here we go. Many a getaway car have I driven.
And as soon as it starts going forward, that ant starts moving towards it, and yeah, sure enough, that lead ant takes the subway straight in the head, and the head just explodes with a nice sound
Freezing.
effect.
what about the thorax?
Head
The
exploding.
thorax went flopping off to the side.
What about the abdomen?
But the ant that was right behind it gets hit in the thorax,
So the ants go marching 2 by 2?
2 by 2.
Hurrah.
But then they go marching 3 by 3 because the next one goes down 2 and the next one 4. In fact, it starts ripping its way through
When
at least
at
least 18 ants. Get knocked side to side.
18 ants.
18 of these puppies.
They all do it the same.
what is
They
happening?
all do it the same way.
The thoughts of a sweet tooth, tortured weight loss program.
Nothing that goes to loose and
Bonus waffle.
Anyway,
Bonus waffle.
Dave Matthews.
So when is our visibility? becomes 0 from all of the ant
So there was
juice.
so much secretion of dead ants.
Why are you
sticking
bringing
up
that
in the
up?
front of the. I actually was going to mention it.
Dead
for
ant
someone.
juice.
You can't see where you're going, and there aren't really
Who cares?
effective, windshield wipers on this puppy. But you know you're going in the right direction,
Okay.
Okay.
Eastbound.
and after you barrel
Oh
through
yeah, we're going.
a whole bunch of these ants,
that
you
was
do,
anticlimactic.
Oh,
To defeat the antagonist.
you do, continue forward and
Yeah.
such, and you make it
the antithesis of humor.
under, you from where you were, you pick up around the U under the lake.
Okay.
And you find yourself after a while, because you skipped all the stops for some reason,
Cause
because you were in a hurry.
oh, we
And
did.
you find yourself over on the east side, over in the Bellevue area.
Okay.
Worse than aliens.
Was Bellevue also destroyed?
Well, you haven't got up top yet.
Please, please, please.
I go up top.
Are you the fisherman
really
there?
love this
I've
voice.
always been the fisherman.
Have you been?
Well, I was Michael Stone.
Until we get another dirty dozen, she's going to be the fisherman. It's just how
Yeah,
it
and
works.
so, unless someone
could
gives
use
me a dirty
some of
dozen.
My stealth.
That sounds so.
So yeah, you climb up. You climb up out of the subway.
I do the peaky thing though, where it's like
Out of what?
out of the subway, the ground.
Out of a 45-degree angle? What, you
No, like you
climb
walk
up the stairs?
You walk
and
up
then-
the because okay, so here's the stairs, and then there's walls for the sidewalk, right?
Where-
so I
where
don't
do
go
you-
all the way up the stairs. I just go up a little bit, and then
Where do you think the camera is positioned for this?
Apparently, it's at a perpendicular angle to
Okay.
the subway.
Yeah.
Because you're right. If anyone over here just sees her slowly doing this, excuse me, it would have looked like.
yeah,
Oh shit.
yeah.
It's fine.
But no, she's good. Anyone who was on that side didn't see you. You were very good at it.
Thank you. I
wouldn't
wasn't
make-
trying to be
I
sneaky. I'm
wouldn't
trying
make
to
it
be
roll.
safe more than I don't want to just
Yeah.
run out and get blasted by an
As you
alien.
go up, there does seem to be there's chaos in the streets because people are aware of what's going on, and there's some cars that have crashed, and
But there's no aliens around.
yeah, no fire hydrants though, because those things don't typically do the way you see it in the movies.
But did
actually have
are there any buildings in Bellevue destroyed?
No.
God
It seems
damn it.
like the attack isn't here yet.
Isn't here yet.
But you can definitely see all of those saucers flying around and such.
Let's get
And and some of them are starting to move up and down the coast, and some of them are starting to move or up and down the sound, and some of them are starting to move towards Mercer Island and towards you guys.
Has there been any sort of response from the base, assuming the base is still where it is in this reality?
The base.
JBL.
JBLM. Lose the cord.
Oh, that's what you mean. I'm glad you bring that up actually,
Giblum.
because that's in here too.
Awesome.
Although at this point it's not a joint base; they're still independent.
Oh right, it was still
I was
was-
back in the 80s, yeah.
Yeah.
Fort Lewis.
yeah Fort Lewis and yeah.
and McCord Air Force Base. But yeah, you do see now there are planes that have been scrambled, and they are starting to, you see jet fighters flying towards the saucers and firing off missiles, and there's some dogfighting going on and such, but not real dogfighting
Is-
like in the old school, World War II, because it's not like it's more like.
Is Boombox Guy with us?
And what?
Boombox Guy with his radio?
Boombox guy did come along.
Does he still have battery power?
He does. He does. He will hang out with you guys as long as he's convenient for you. That's my promise as your GM.
Are the fighter jets weapons effective against the
Yes,
saucers?
that's what I'm about to ask.
You see that they seem to be getting shot down way more than they are damaging those saucers.
Is it like the bullet where it bounces off though?
What it seems to be is when you is there are some cannon fire that's going off.
Come on, Jack, let's do this. The pilots won't know what hit them. Hack attack.
What?
Thank you, chat.
We won't know what hit us?
The pilots won't know what hit.
Oh god.
To be fair, I still don't know what this is really about, so we already don't know.
So there are jets that are flying around and firing off cannon fire, and what you're noticing is that when they fire prolonged bursts, or if multiple missiles hit a target or things like that, and I'm just going to hand you this one because why not? There are moments where it does seem like the ships are being damaged. The saucers.
Hack attack, alien nearby, you say. I wonder what Jack can do with that.
Thank you, chat.
Aliens don't like
None of the saucers appear to be
Stop it.
trashed. None of
I know
them.
what
You haven't seen any go down yet. But you are seeing there do seem to be times where they're actually making shots that make it and actually hit the saucer. Like, kind of think of it. The simple way of thinking of it is like your own.
armor-piercing rounds.
You ever play Halo?
Yes.
Is that a
Those of you
game?
who have, or you're familiar with that idea? Like it's kind of like an overshield that gets shot back down, and then you can hit the core,
Yeah.
and then the shield comes back up.
Hack attack.
Oh God.
So they continue to take shots after shot after shot. But it's hard to get a prolonged enough hit on any individual saucer to actually do damage enough to matter. So the military is there, and they're taking a shot at it. And there are actually somehow, because we're going to say that they're there is even some heavy artillery that's starting to show up. You can hear this, what sounds to you as civilians, you would swear it was a tank or something is going off. But you don't really know what.
Is the radio?
So I still want to find a computer terminal, a mainframe, a laptop that I can try to.
I really hope the aliens don't blow up at water tower or anything. Hack attack.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you really hope it.
Oh, flooding the town again.
Yeah, that's a whole. Because I would like to see if I can give the alien ships a virus and see if I can drop their shield.
Bellevue is a tech hub.
Hack attack because we can do it.
You can.
I love you, Chad. So
I believe in
much.
you.
I can't overstate that. You guys just make my day.
There's clearly something going on.
Oh, surely.
Boating
Yes,
related.
you're standing there
I think
watching
so.
for
I
a while
hope
as
so.
all this chaos is unfolding.
Is the radio talking about any kind of safe place people are going?
Hack attack. Don't not using those attributes. I have mad skills. I heart all of you.
Oh, is that Sarah?
It was.
Oh, thank you, Sarah.
I feel like
you, honey.
with not knowing what's coming,
Sarah!
it would be wise for us to have transportation. Could we steal a bus?
Oh,
Just so that we have the ability to move all of these people
Absolutely.
around quickly in the event of flooding related
Oddly
incidents,
enough,
for example.
there is an abandoned bus in the street in front of you.
Now, not to be a Debbie Downer,
Get in it.
this is Bellevue. Shouldn't traffic suck anyway, no matter
It's
what?
the 80s, it hasn't grown up as much yet.
Ah!
Did the radio
Good.
say anything
should
about
buy real
place
estate.
people are going? Common
People are
place?
being advised to shelter in place.
But there's
they-
no like massive.
Like where they're standing?
Yeah, there's not a lot of good advice coming out right now on the
Okay.
radio.
Cool.
So let's steal a bus.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Let's do this bus thing. I cannot wire it.
Later on,
like
some
that.
people are thinking that the newscasters were actually using the I just have to be faster than you school of thought.
Stand where you are, fellow humans.
Inching ever closer to a hack attack.
What are you gonna say, Ben?
I was just going to ask that we steal a bus that does not rely on the wires overhead for power.
Especially if a flood is
So we
coming.
can choose
the
whatever route we
80s. Did
want.
they have those?
So
Yeah,
they
they
probably
did.
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They did?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, Seattle was
But
bomb.
that was primarily a Seattle thing. There weren't that many in Bellevue.
Was there even public transit in Bellevue? Did they believe in public transit? I don't think they do.
In this time, there was, yeah.
Yeah.
Still need to.
The 80s
It's a
in
much
Bellevue,
smaller
the
city.
town was still full of cougars and Bigfoots.
I wonder
Big
how this
feet?
bus would fare.
Big feet.
Big feet.
Bigsfoot?
Bigfoot.
Farmhouses owned by families who've been there for generations.
Did we establish if any aliens have beamed down to the surface at all?
Hack attack.
No one has reported any
Thank you.
little
Thank
green men.
you.
Thank you very much, chat.
No,
Thank you,
yeah, no, I
maybe.
keep trying to see if anyone has come on the surface. But none of them have.
Just for the heck of it, can we talk to our girl person that was, you know, she was the
murderer?
plaintiff?
Ebola, I mean,
Or the
Ebola.
Patricia.
defendant, rather.
She's still pretty incoherent
Name's
right now.
Patricia.
She's just
But she is
PTSD
human.
beyond belief.
Is she human?
Patricia.
Well, if she's innocent,
You're a
we
nurse, you
clearly
can
have to
check.
protect her.
You've got medical.
Yeah, how many hearts does she have?
Look for her serial number.
Oh wait, you're all pilot. You can't tell.
Oh.
I'm
But
medical.
I do have interrogation.
If you've got medical, go for it. Give me a roll.
You can do interrogation too. Although this
Can we
is.
do it on the bus, please?
You won't get anywhere with her on the interrogation. You can, you guys get up on
What
top
if
of the
I
bus.
seduced her?
Yeah, this is a pointless roll. I'm doing 2d12 plus 2.
You can always try it. Worst
Okay.
happens, you fail.
You can just slap her.
I have persuasion.
I just don't want to overlook any
I missed that by 12.
aliens that
She
are-
might be human.
Hack attack. Challenge complete.
Thank you, chat.
Oh no.
Challenge complete!
So we're on the bus, and you're hotwiring the bus, so we're
Yes.
gonna be able to run, right?
Yes, I also have persuasion if we ever want to
Anyone
cross.
have electronics on the bus? The keys aren't in there.
She can hotwire it.
As a
Challenge
calendar.
complete, I'm sorry.
Oh crap, I can use etiquette.
I need burglary or I need
Burglary.
electronics.
Burglary.
Electronic, no.
Here we go.
Go for it.
Oh, I beat it by 3.
Yeah, it took you a little bit, but you were able to. Thank you, 80s, crack it open.
So, GM?
On it, chat, no problem. That bus drives and it kicks up to life.
Challenge complete.
You'll find out.
Yeah.
They send it to him secretly, and then we find out.
I am curious about Patricia as well.
I'm curious about running away from the hack attack.
Well, we're here.
So, yes,
No
as
amount of
you
running.
The hack attack.
as you start driving the bus, which direction are you planning on going? North, south, east? I'm assuming
East.
not west.
East.
Well, there's a lake there.
As this is all going on,
Toward the lake.
there is, you do look up and you see a few more of the fighters seem to be now getting the idea of joint attack, and several of them are targeting this one saucer and just lighting it up like nobody's business. They've been hitting it with missile after missile, and the saucer at one point, an entire corner of one side of it explodes out.
Yes.
And you can see bodies fall out of it.
Yes.
And the saucer goes hurtling down into the ground, straight towards the lake, towards Lake Washington. And it is going so fast. And it is so big. And you are so smart that you see what's coming. And as soon as it hits that lake, it launches this wave of water cresting up over into the city directly in your direction. Aquamarine curses, flaps the bus door shut, quickly checks her mirrors, and then slams on the ignition.
She can slam that door shut. But Carl is going through those bus flaps and climbing up to the top of the bus.
Get up there, Carl.
You can get up there, you can climb out the window and do it.
That's
and
fine.
you are off. You are
I'll
off
keep
in
the
this
steady
bus
for you.
as the water is just cascading behind you. No mountain pun intended. Just flooding all over. Additionally, a couple of the other, the other regular planes and such went smacking into the water around the same time. It's just this ridiculously cinematic wave that has no business existing in reality, but it does exist in this universe.
Oh, I'm boating this bus.
And the
Drive
water
higher.
is just flooding after you everywhere. And it does slowly but surely
So you lift the bus off, right?
starts catching up around you, and the bus starts
Turn on your
hitting
left turn signal
water.
and then turn right away from the water.
And you try that, and for a split second you thought it worked, and then you remembered physics, and the water continues to come, flooding to the lowest, because that's what it does. And unfortunately, you're driving downhill, and it catches up behind you and lifts the bus off, and
we
you
go,
are
Carl.
now on this
I
bus
got
that is
this.
floating and starting to slowly spin down the road.
So because we already have established that I have harpoons
Yes.
from earlier, I am going to take 2 harpoons and put them in the top of the bus so that I have something to hold on to. Right? Okay? And then I'm going to take off my jacket and tie it to the 2 harpoons so we
Yep.
have a sail.
Okay, Captain. I'll be your first mate. I am your first mate.
And I'm going to boat the hell out of this bus.
Etiquette?
I like to-
I'm serious.
You are quite aware in this moment of what the proper way to set a table would be. You're not sure why that crosses
It's a
through your
matter of
head.
speaking to the other people within the bus.
Oh, okay, yes. Go right ahead.
Yeah. In the unlikely event of a water landing, your seat can be used as a flotation device. The exits are to the left and the back of the bus and every single window along the way.
I like it a lot.
No one's getting off this boat!
And directly up through the harpoon holes.
Yes. You do see
And
the harpoons are sticking through the roof.
And I use the harpoon
wanted to do
coat
something.
sail to move, to pick up wind, to help us.
So early on, Sean, we established the hashtag physics be damned. And you just roll with it.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I went to school for acting. I don't know physics.
Indeed. How's everyone doing on the bus?
They are quite scared. They've been scared for the entire experience of this alien invasion, which in their defense
But he
makes
uses
sense.
his etiquette to pass out snacks and calm them all.
Exactly.
Yes.
I would. If someone sees the little green men floating in the water, you better grab them.
If they're green.
Or not green, but you better grab them so we can look at them.
They could
Because we haven't seen a
be
giant white whale.
Are there aliens in the water?
not around here. No, there were some back in the lake though that you saw fall.
Well, but you
out of
said
that
when it hit the lake, and then it, so they could have
Get
moved.
my hands on
When
one.
we saw them fall, what did they look like? Were they humanoid?
It's too far. You could just see
Globular?
silhouettes.
Just bodies.
Globular.
You can just
Silhouettes?
See, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
What were the silhouettes the shape of?
Ants.
Bipedal. Humanoid-esque.
So no thorax.
Alienish.
Yeah.
Should I boat us back to the lake so we can get one?
I don't speak alienish.
Where are we heading toward?
So you were kind of able to get this bus moving, but you're having some trouble with it.
Well,
Because it is a bus.
should I roll for it?
And,
Like a
and
wet
it is
sponge?
kind of difficult to
Is it an articulated bus?
turn a bus into a boat.
What is
Well,
the
no, but she's my
seaworthiness of
first
an
mate. I mean,
articulated
I feel like I
bus?
can be like, left! And then she'll do the wheel.
Yeah, sure, it is an articulated bus. Why not? I like that. These are fun.
I have the driving skill and I am still driving.
It's true.
Teamwork.
Driving, boating, whatever.
Hashtag teamwork.
Physics be damned.
Can I also use my performing arts here skill to make sure that everyone, maybe in conjunction with you, is okay on the bus?
If people are doing
So
they're
empathetic, I need
surprising.
them to be okay.
They're surprising.
So what are we heading toward? Like the we gotta
your
stabilize, I guess.
momentum of this water, this flood that's happening right now, is pushing you all in the direction that you had originally wanted to go. Fortunately, it is pushing you east.
That's good.
So that's nice. But you're kind of at the mercy of being, of the floating.
Oh, it's no mercy. I'm in control.
Yeah, Captain Hook up there is pretty convinced that,
Carl.
somehow, Captain Carl is somehow convinced that his coat will be enough area to
There's a
control
total
the
recall. I would
direction
totally
of the
pull out a
boat.
sail right now as a plot device.
Oh, you've got a sail. Honey, you're doing great on it. I'm sold on the sail. I'm 100% convinced that Carl thinks this will work.
So where are we heading toward though? Like we're heading east.
A point, I hope.
What's
Toward
ahead
the
of
lake.
us?
Yeah, I mean, that would be pushing you towards like Sammamish now.
Oh, great. Maybe could aim for I-90.
I-90 coming up. I-90.
All right, we're going east on our
And
bus.
after a while, it does. It shoves you along, and you were able to. You finally come to a rest a little bit on the outskirts of town,
I'm using 2 meta points.
down towards Lake Sammamish and such.
I'm having fun with him. I want to be more him.
You do it, girl.
And I just did those meta points.
Okay.
So we've come to a stop.
Yes,
Is the bus no
Throw
longer
anchor!
able to turn on?
the bus.
Is the bus dead? Is the bus not dead?
The bus. The engine is flooded.
Okay. Well,
Is
we can-
Scott still alive? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. He's holding on with the
I was
flood.
going to use him as my
Now,
anchor.
is this bus? Have we bonded with this bus at this point? Do we feel like this bus is, is a part of the party in some ways?
I think not.
Like,
What route was this
I
bus?
see where this is going.
What route was
You haven't given the bus a name.
well,
Bus and big bus
I've been
face.
calling the bus Sam for the last hour,
I think you should call it the Fraggin' Wagon.
or we could call it the.
Oh, if we had a
Fragging
total recall, maybe.
Well, I mean, at this point, I feel like
there a
the
crystal?
most appropriate use of my time here is we need a bus, we need a functional bus, is to fix it in post.
You feel very close to this bus.
Shut up, Ben. That is fantastic.
Now I knew where you were going. You
Yeah.
feel
Fix it in
connected to this
post.
bus. You
Yeah.
feel like this
Bring
bus is part of the family.
This bus
and
is
you're
part
worried
of the family.
about it.
It's
You're
like
sad that it's been
Right.
flooded and.
Does it come on and judge us?
Is there anything in
and I feel like this is an appropriate point for
Absolutely.
me to
you activate your fix it in post ability. Thank you for that, chat, because that was
Awesome.
purchased
Thank
before the
you.
show.
Woo!
And we've hit that target, so that is available, and you are able to immediately somehow basically de-waterlog the system. It dries out quickly. You happen to get lucky somehow.
Even though he himself is still almost dead.
yeah.
Is there
There's a
anything
very
in the,
dry sense of humor.
is there anything in the glove compartment at all?
Anything in particular you're looking for?
Just like something fun or not fun.
I would like to point out, you see how I got no credit for fixing the damn bus?
I saw that.
Scott, thank you so much.
No!
Don't spoil it! Don't
You'll
spoil
break
it!
it!
Don't spoil it!
It'll be in the
Editing is
credits
known as the
later.
invisible art. If the editor has noticed, they haven't done their job.
Something of note. I don't know. Anything of use in the glove compartment.
A road map?
That would be of use.
Look, a lake.
We're definitely going to be.
Can we turn the Fraggin' Wagon radio on so he can talk to
You
us?
can absolutely turn it on, yeah.
Oh, so are we the
turn it
Fraggin'
on. I
Wagon?
know
Yeah, he
Aquamarine
fixed
can
it in
turn it on.
post. It's the Fraggin' Wagon.
Oh, it is the Fraggin'
So if
Wagon
you
now.
can do the voice then.
Fixed it. I want to fix it.
Hello, riders on the Fraggin' Wagon. Glad to have you back here on the route number 545, which normally goes to Redmond, but today went down I-90. We are currently under attack by aliens. We'll be heading back to the station unless you can convince me to go otherwise. Now here's some hits from the mid-80s. Sorry.
As it happens, Bellevue, in the early days of the tech boom in this reality, did start investing in AI for its public transportation in a way of trying to see if that would influence and improve the experience for everyone.
Weird science. Doo-doo.
I hope you were okay with how I was driving you.
Phrasing.
Fraggin' Wagon.
I don't speak for the Fraggin' Wagon. I'd have to defer to its voice.
So I'm playing 2 characters now, all right.
I love it.
You were lovely.
Technically 3.
Feel free to grab my gear knob at any time and shift me into high.
I will. I have a high driving score.
You didn't even need to roll your seduction.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Both of my characters.
She's
have
all
seduction.
pilot. She can't fail a seduction check.
Yeah, so she could. She
That's
the
actually a
Fraggin'
really
Wagon could have a
scary
little
thing about Aquamarine.
moment here.
Yeah.
Is
All
when-
right.
When she is all pilot, she mathematically cannot fail a seduction check.
All right,
Unless there's
so-
a 6-point penalty or better.
Where are the aliens headed? There's still an aerial combat
500.
thing going on, right?
Yeah, that's still going on.
Is that coming toward us, or is it staying where it is, or?
At least Bellevue
It
got
seems to be
destroyed.
predominantly in those areas now. It seems to be over the larger cities.
At least Bellevue got destroyed.
Okay. So we start finding some kind of solution on how to fight their
mercies.
aliens.
I guess so.
I
Or
start,
we
Is
could
that an
take the
objective?
Fraggin' Wagon on the open sea.
I vote for the open sea. There's so much of the world I haven't seen.
Well, we need
and just be pirates.
Shut up, wagon! That's right, I said shut up, wagon.
Whoa.
No transfer for you, bud.
Do we have food? We have snacks? Is everyone getting food right now?
No
Water?
eating on the bus, please.
Just think about it. Everyone will die and we'll come back and we'll rule the world.
It'd be great if you could come out from offside of my roof. And please don't stab me in the head anymore.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that totally happened with the. Think about that. Yeah.
Continuity.
Well played.
Has the military, have they mobilized towards the area we saw the forms fall?
They're still putting up a fight, but it does not seem to be going well.
Wait a second. All right. AI.
Yes, sir.
Advanced is a very advanced computer system.
It is a very advanced computer
finally.
system.
Oh, snap.
Found your way in.
Meaning that we could kind of work on something. I could Wendell the hell out of the AI and find a weakness in the defenses of the space saucers and find a way to combat them.
Screw you, nerd cake. You told me to shut up.
Doesn't matter because with Wendell, auto succeeds all skill checks related to computers. Bam! So we're gonna get along just fine.
I feel strangely violated and yet turned on.
So Wendell, excuse me.
Mr. Wendell.
So John, so what exactly do you want to do?
All right. What I really want to do is,
What you really, really want? What you really, really want?
yeah,
I want a total recall.
I want to.
Remake was crap.
we need. All right. So we have with
I want a
skills
dirty
among us.
dozen so that Ben can walk again.
With the skills among us, we
No
have
bleeding
some
on my
engineering,
skin.
we have some electronics.
Uh huh.
I want to, work with the AI to transmit a signal. We'll build an antenna, transmit a signal.
You've got an antenna.
We do.
Oh yeah.
Dude, you can just plug right in, man.
All right. And then we will probe the defenses of the alien ships to figure out what their weaknesses are, and I'll upload a virus to bring down their force fields, a la Independence Day.
Can I be your Jeff Goldblum?
You can be my fly. Because there's also that.
Yeah.
You can be my fly.
That's the first thing I pictured too.
Huh? Yeah. Did you see?
You can be
I
a
thought Earth
Jeff
Girls were
Goldblum.
easy. It would be more appropriate.
So, sure, why not?
Anyway.
Yeah, so between us and the
probably get
AI,
Jeff Goldblum.
we're going to transmit a signal up to the aliens, open up a backdoor, phrasing, and upload a virus, phrasing, and bring his dad's defenses. Phrasing. We're gonna roofie the aliens. Roofie the alien ships.
No.
He had it!
That was it.
If that was no, that really
Can you turn
wasn't.
the way he opened his mouth?
See, I'm telling
I
you.
did. I went
Phrasing.
So,
Catch it.
Oh man.
You can't. It's,
they're not saying it did. So, okay. So you want to hack into the flying saucers.
Using the antenna in my leg.
oh, my glasses almost came off.
And my charming personality.
So, you want to hack into the aliens' communication system? Is this correct? Should I
Yes.
just you want
Using
to rip
my
off
one-
Independence Day? Is this correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not you, Ben?
No. I'm ripping off War of the Worlds and Mars Attacks.
Yeah, Mars
We just
Attack.
haven't gotten to the second half yet.
I'm going to use my Wendell pre-purchase,
Yeah.
so I'll auto succeed on all skill checks related to computers.
Yes.
And so the AI and I, bolstered by our human antenna,
Okay.
will open up a backdoor computer
So
backdoor.
here's what I
and-
need. So here's what I need. If I understand correctly, what you want to do, I am going to need again several skill checks to make this work. I am going to need etiquette.
Yes, protocol.
Actually, yes. I mean, if you're going to open up a back door, there are better ways to attempt that than others.
Yes. So I use my seduction.
Flight attendant
Right here.
Oh no, she should roll a seduction. Auto success. Boom. Off to a good start.
Should try this. Yeah, that's right.
You know, I was just making a horrible pun, but yes, now I do want a seduction roll on.
Great. Aquamarine should do it.
So give me, you banter. Let me figure out what you need here.
Bantering.
So since you have a rapport with the AI, you're feeling good about each other. And you convince them to work with me.
Yeah.
So that we can.
Since I basically created him.
Yeah.
This one's for you, Red.
Summoned him.
It's true. But Aquamarine should do the seduction. Because you can't fail.
I'm gonna do it.
Oh yeah.
I hope that I seduce.
Well, I can do the computer's
Something.
roll. Or you
certainly can.
He also
Well, I got
succeeds
my
at everything.
Wendell, so
Computers
we're
related.
gonna.
I only have a 16 skill, so.
Do we need it?
That might
Depends
be
on what he
done by
calls out
itself.
for what we need.
So I have an auto success too.
That might be enough by itself, actually. I can save my Wendell for later if we need it.
You can save your
Yeah,
window for when the
he's on
aliens
eights. Unless
fight
you
back.
unless you rolled 2 8s, but you'd still make it. So you
Save your Wendell for when it comes time to upload the virus that we don't have.
Oh
And
yeah.
you need to create a virus on 80s
There you go.
artificially intelligent bus tech.
My TRS 80.
Should we ask the aliens if they want to play a game?
My
I can absolutely do that. I will give you a bonus to your roll if you draw.
That was very funny.
Should we want to play a game?
Yeah.
That's what you should type.
And actually, you know what? Honestly,
is not to play.
Psych, noob. How about
Okay,
a refreshing
so-
game of
Nuclear winter.
okay.
Duck
So
hunt.
here's is a lot of rolls.
nuclear duck hunt?
Okay. We got this.
That was playing duck hunt with nuclear weapons. You actually get the dog in that.
And the console.
By the way, sound effects guy, great stuff.
Yeah, Mark's
man.
done a great job.
Mark.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
If you can give me some 8-bit video game sound effects, that'd be awesome too. While we try to pull off this nasty hack.
He's
I love this hat. I got this hat in Bowbells, North Dakota. Population like
Hack.
3.
Not hack.
Bills.
I like the hat.
Oh, I thought you meant the hat.
We're trying to hack the computer
My
with
bad.
the thing, so.
The hat is good too.
Carved from
Okay.
pure stone.
So,
Right.
so here's what I'm going to need from the group. as a
Okay.
team.
I'm gonna write down.
Hey,
I need
I
3.
imagine your character sweating.
And you can assist. And, and if you don't want to be the lead on this, some of these you can assist. So that
Okay.
we'll have a mechanic for assisting. But every time Red gets happy that I have the hat off, I want to put it back on. Apparently, Red really hates the hat. So I'm just
I love
kinda
it.
like,
But your hair gets higher
loves
every
your
time you
hair.
take
That's
it
what
off.
it is.
Yeah, because you also.
So what do we need?
It's rising like dough.
okay. It's actually PAX because I am nearsighted and reading and never mind. Anyway, so I need 3 computer checks.
Okay.
From the same people or different people?
Total as a group.
Total. Okay. I'm gonna
I
write them all
need
down.
3 electronics checks.
Okay.
How about an electronic
I need
check?
an etiquette check
Okay.
What do you have for etiquette?
8.
because you are dealing
I have
with a
12.
foreign culture, which I need 4 foreign culture checks.
I'm going to meta point over then.
So for
Okay,
foreign
wait,
culture,
just let me
Hold on.
finish, please.
Okay.
I need 2 mechanics checks.
Okay.
I need 1 navigation check,
Okay.
because you gotta figure out how you're aiming this puppy.
Yeah.
And I need 1 seduction check, because I just can't pass it up after that came up. And I need those 15 successes before you get 5 failures.
5 failures. Okay, so here's how I see it. Seduction, automatic success.
Yeah.
The 3 computer checks, automatic success.
I have automatic success on the computer.
So
does he.
So,
So
here's
seduction-
here's the thing also to help you out with the other thing. When it comes to the multiple checks, the multiple ones can't be by the same person.
Okay, well, seduction's
3
taken care
people
of.
do computer,
Done.
Okay.
4
So-
people do foreign culture.
1 computer
people
is
do
done,
mechanics.
so we need 2 more computer checks. Who wants to do them?
So we're just going to assume
You
you made
have
the
1, I
seduction
have
check.
1, so that leaves 1 more computer check.
So if I don't use my window, I have 1 with 11 is my computer.
Or
We
maybe
need
you
1
use-
successful, because you have an automatic success on a computer, because if you roll an 8,
Yeah.
you're going to roll, it's fine.
Yeah.
So we need 1 more computer check. Who can do it?
Not well, not
computers.
reliably at this level.
So
Can he do 1, he do 1, and then him do 1?
No, 3 different people have 2 computers.
What if you don't have the skill and you want to give it a shot?
You can still give it a shot.
What's the number
Computers
we
is a
need?
mental ability, so you can do an untrained mental.
Mind? Oh,
Or mind,
my mind is
sorry.
6. Does anyone have a high mind?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Well, you've already done 1.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Not here.
Mine is okay.
whether your pilot or your avatar, anybody?
I mean, I have a computer's 10, but that's my pilot, and I'd be rolling at the worst dice for that.
I don't have computers at all. But I could.
Oh, his
still-
mind is 4.
How about any other kind of buffs or
Oh, yeah, you guys have Patreon buffs still.
Oh, that's
I
right.
think.
That would help.
I can take a shot with the computer roll.
Do it.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Come on, baby.
All right. So
This is as Nick.
look at that.
Made it as Nick on 2d12 plus 2 by 1.
Nice.
Love it.
I want to know what else.
Okay,
So need
now we need
electronics?
3 electronics rolls.
All right. Who has electronics?
All right. I have an 8.
I have 7.
I have an 11, but again, bad dice.
I don't have any. But I could give.
I can give it a shot. I don't have any buffs or anything, but I'll give it a go.
What's your
7.
And Scott will allow you to give 1 person that 5-point bonus on an assist during this.
Okay.
You're
Great. I'll stand by.
Is that after we roll or before?
before.
Well, I have an 8.
And I have a 7. We have to do 3 checks.
Oh,
So
we have to do 3?
We can also
That
use
is
our
entertaining.
cheat code.
we have
You
cheat
can
codes,
do.
which we can use after we roll.
You can,
true.
correct.
All right, I'm gonna roll 1 electronics. Oh God, be with me. Whew, I'm going to use a cheat code, and then it'll be a success.
Okay. You've also still got your Rosie thing, too, that you got beforehand. If it comes down to it, if you have a skill that you don't
Oh,
have on
right.
a sheet, you can get a 3-point bonus.
I get a 3-point bonus. Excellent. I'll keep that in mind. So now we need 2 more electronic checks.
I'll make one.
Okay.
Yes!
Okay, 1 more electronic check.
8 out of needed 11, so 3.
Okay.
What does the seduction check
Use automatically succeed.
do?
It was to help make sure that you were able to get them to lower the back door.
Yeah. That we interface properly with the.
You all made the joke.
So
I had to roll with it.
so I'll have seduced some aliens.
You have seduced a
Aliens to
chicken
computer.
golem. You've seduced.
I know. I just.
Like it's if it is capable, even if it's not capable, if it exists, Aquamarine can tap that.
I think I'm asking just because I want to interact with the aliens a little bit. Maybe a little bit later.
I saw the quote marks around interact.
Your face.
Interact.
I said,
Alright.
War of the Worlds, Mars attacks, but
6,
not this
beat it by
one.
2.
Electronics checks are done. We need an etiquette check.
Have you failed any so far?
I'll do the
No.
etiquette check.
Congrats.
Well, I'll just
I have
remember.
14 for etiquette. What do you have?
Oh, then you do the 14 for etiquette.
Okay.
I've got an idea for it.
Just remember that I'll have
Okay.
seduced them. Just.
Succeeded by 4.
Okay.
Excellent. We need 4 foreign culture checks.
I can do one of those.
Chris, I have foreign culture, but I don't have a number for it.
Me neither.
Nor do I.
Which should be an auto success.
That is because I forgot that it actually does need. Okay, so your number for it, take whatever number you have, however many cultures or languages are listed,
Yeah.
add that as a number to your mind score,
Sweet.
and that is your target number.
So you've got
Automatic
5.
success.
It says
Dang.
no, it's an S. So
Oh,
So we
South
need
Korea. So you
3
only have
more.
1.
3 more.
So you would have a 9.
You're close.
All right.
You're almost there, guys.
I'll make one. One attempt. Just made it.
So that's that 2 successes?
That's 2 successes. We have
2
not
more.
had any
2
failures
more.
yet.
Do you have the skill?
I
5 failures.
I do not have the skill, so I can roll and
Yeah, you're
get a
right.
plus
Mind
3.
check.
Which skill?
See if
For foreign culture.
Yep, it's a mine. In your case, it'd be +3.
Yeah.
Well, I have my foreign languages German +8.
Language is different then.
Different.
That's culture. I
have
do
culture.
have it.
Yours would be
You
a
will
9.
eventually.
I have
Alright,
cultural arts.
When I do that,
Well,
redo that. I'm gonna
let's
do
see how
the-
Rosie does.
So then I get a plus 3.
Yeah.
I think I heard
nice.
you.
Okay, but this is Rosie, so I gotta do D12s,
Correct.
don't I?
You haven't used your bonus yet, have you?
I have.
12 plus 2.
All right.
All right.
But he can give you a bonus.
Correct.
I can.
You can do this as your 1.
You
Take
wanna do
Of
it?
course.
Okay, so we got a plus 8.
Yeah.
9, 11. So then plus 8. So that's a
So
success.
it's pretty. Yep, success.
Yeah, so we need 1 more foreign culture
One
roll.
more foreign culture. Someone
All right.
who's not done it yet.
I got it.
Come on.
So here we go. So mine is have to be 10, right?
This is
Yeah.
remarkably improbable.
You've
Wait,
got
1
1
plus-
language, so 9. You have to
Welcome
be
to
9.
the show.
This is very intense, chat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a failure. It's
That's a
okay.
failure.
It's okay.
Try it again. We got more.
We got
Keep
4
trying.
more fails.
You got 4 fails you can try, and you've got. If you get within 1, I think you still have 1 cheat code you can use.
Yep.
To,
We do. But we still have. Yes, that's a 5. That's a
Right?
success.
That is
Okay,
a success.
foreign culture time. We
Now
need
you
2
have
mechanic rolls.
and 1 navigation.
I'll try mechanics because I still got my Patreon buff.
And I'm gonna do navigation.
I have mechanics of 8.
Dude, that's a failure.
Okay, that's a
Okay.
fail. We got 3 more.
Now remember, Matt, if you rap, you can give a bonus to everyone else at +1.
Oh, I know.
Now. Now, just to.
That's
I'm
love
not
chat.
a music
That's
box.
love chat, right?
I'm not a music box. You know,
GM?
just wind me
Yeah.
up and let me go.
Can I substitute engineering for mechanics?
No.
Okay.
What about driving?
That's a success on my navigation. I got 7 right on the dot.
Awesome. We need 2 mechanical checks still.
All right. I got
We
one.
have 3 failures you can get as a group.
So I have a mechanical. Here we go. 6 beat by 2.
6.
Cool.
Okay, we need 1 more.
One
I
more
can take a
mechanic
second shot at it, unless someone's got a better chance at mechanics than I do.
I can try mechanics.
I'm rolling at a 7, but I've got a +5 to use once.
Okay.
All right,
That's you, yeah.
13.
Becomes an 8.
But we've got
Does
the
anyone have a plus
cheat
1?
code.
Cheat
I'll
code.
use the cheat code.
Cheat code.
All
There
right.
you go.
Thank
so
you,
it takes
chat.
you guys a little bit.
Yeah.
It takes you guys a little bit, but you were able to
That's really intense.
start hacking together some sort of rudimentary interface using some of the antenna that is still stuck in Michael's leg.
Oh yeah.
You can't remove it,
It
until you get
tingles.
to.
Hashtag leg tenor.
Nice. On the plus side, you'll be very, your wound will be cauterized by the time this is over.
That's great.
And
So you've
immortalized.
been set up on top of the Fraggin' Wagon.
You're up here with me.
Can I hold on to the harpoons?
Oh,
That
yeah.
would
That'll
actually be
probably
helpful.
increase your bandwidth.
Yeah.
It would increase his bandwidth and also keep you from collapsing in pain. You guys start fiddling around with all the logistics and everything, and you start hacking into the system. And I'm going to burn the rule of cool
Okay.
because this is a BS idea.
Which does what exactly?
The rule of cool typically is something where for the round you each declare your action. I was forgetting up until now that I needed to declare a rule of cool on you guys.
Oh yeah, we couldn't do it. But that
You
was
couldn't?
basically our rule of cool.
But it
though.
was
This
functionally,
is
yeah.
an insane
But
idea.
what it is for future reference is a thing where you each declare your action. Chat votes on which action they like best. Whoever wins the vote succeeds critically, which means they get 150% success. And then everyone else has to still do their action and roll at a 5-point penalty. Does that make sense?
We'll explain it at BJ McCann
Yeah.
Jobs.
I don't know.
So, JJ Mahoney's, it's a restaurant that has acquired an awful nickname.
It's so funny though. Come on.
So you manage to cobble together all this stuff, and you're hammering away at it and going for it and all the good stuff and whatnot. And sure enough, it takes some time, but you were able to, through the AI of the Fraggin' Wagon, which I thought was going to be a throwaway joke and turned into a helpful piece of plot.
Never give us an inch.
Well played, Fraggin' Wagon. You start filling around with the dials and the wagons. It's still kind of old school, trying to make a connection.
It's not old school. The
You
Econo line was
don't
1983.
really have much of a way to
Brandon.
what do I want to say, to communicate out. through the radio. You're trying your best, but you're able to start. You feel around. You're passing through static. Mm-hmm. You're trying to like tap into the frequencies that they're using and such.
Yeah.
And as it starts, you start every once in a while passing a wavelength where you kind of hear some sound. You're trying to focus in on it and adjusting, and Frag Wagon's doing everything he can using his late 1980s tech, which is less powerful than my watch now, and my watch's quartz. And you slowly, at one point, you're pretty sure you've got it angled correct. You've angled Michael correctly. You're trying to track.
He's the bunny ears.
There's a saucer that's kind of in the area, but it does move
foil
some.
to put on Michael?
Spread your legs, man!
Yeah. He does. He spreads his legs, and at one point you have to stop. At one point, you have to stop Carl from taking one of the harpoons and shoving it into his other leg to create more of a rabbit ears effect.
But I like your spunk.
Let's not roll everything out.
And you start hearing. You eventually tap into what you think is the alien's frequency, and at first it starts out as this deep voice.
And I press record.
The people of Earth.
The boombox.
Yes.
Tap that into the speakers.
We have come
Phrasing.
for Earth.
But did they also come to Earth? Okay.
That was good.
He paused. It was for too long.
That was good.
We've come for
And he
Earth.
says we've come for Earth, and
But did you also arrive?
but then the voice starts kind of shivering out a little bit as it starts to speak some more, and as it shivers, the voice changes, and it goes from being this deep voice into this very high pitched. I can't do it. Hopefully, one of you can. Yeah.
We're being attacked by space dolphins.
And then it shifts out again into the deep voice, and like mid-sentence, it's like, those are the terms by which we have come. Assimilate or die.
Okay.
And then
I've seen this episode.
And then it starts doing the voice again for just a second. And then it goes dead. And that is where we end tonight, the first episode of Season 2 of Masters of the Metaverse, 80s Invasion. Thank you so much, chat, for hanging out with us.
I'm so glad that we started the season
That was
with
so
a
much
flood.
fun. It was a blast. I don't know what they're voting on now. That always scares me.
Whether or not you broke.
Whether or not I broke? When?
I feel like-
that wasn't a friggin' broke. Whatever. They're just desperate for it. I don't care.
You hid your face. Yeah, you
I didn't hide
covered.
my face.
2 times
I
you
will go back-
controlled. You controlled your mouth.
There's one when I did, and then
That's the question. Well, we need a
If
ref
you were
here.
going to have to get that nitpicky to actually get a break, I think y'all got to up your game next week.
Instant
That's all I'm
replay.
saying. Okay?
Okay.
Illegal
So-
hits to the face.
I don't know. He's
On
the
the
I'm going to count it. I don't care what anyone says. I'm going to count it. I feel good. But thank you so much, chat. That was a blast. We are here every week at 6 p.m. Pacific with Masters of the Metaverse. If you won something in the giveaway, please be sure to reach out and contact us.
Yeah.
I know there are some folks who did win things before. I apologize. Candidly, life has been insane. This week, both my kids finally just started school, so now I actually have time again.
Yeah.
God bless them. I love them.
Now I can breathe
But as a result, we will start mailing out stuff to you from the Demon Hunters RPG one shot. I know there's a couple of waffles that are backlogged.
Backlogged.
Been backlogged.
Waterlogged
that are in the
waffles.
waterloggy backy thing. We will, like the backseat of a vote.
Those are
but
those
we will bring
soggy
them back. We
waffles?
will have them next week. We will have waffles next
Sounds
week.
like a blues musician. Soggy
Any other giveaways? If there is a giveaway that someone has earned that is a Zoe item or something and you've not received it or heard from me, please let me know. I'm really dependent on you guys contacting me. I'm sorry, I can't always follow up with everyone. So I really need the people who win the stuff to reach out so that I can stay on top of it that way. So thank you for your help with that. Thank you for your love and support. And, again, let's all introduce ourselves one last time, and we will see you guys next week with the wonderful
Sean Franklin as John Stone.
Maggie FW.
Matt Vansel.
Ben Dobbins.
Vanessa Postel.
I like how you paused briefly because you thought her name would take 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We are Masters of the Metaverse. We will see you. Stick around for Pencils and Parsec. No, that's not
Indomitable.
Friday.
HeroClix.
Indomitable. I know there's always something. Too many shows.
It's the
Indomitable.
Transformers one.
Transformers more than
Like your
ECI.
shirt.
Yes, did you see my shirt? It's
Yeah,
filled
it's
with
trans-
80s awesomeness. I did this for you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, take care. Have a wonderful night, and I'm assuming we're fading out soon.
Bye.